Hey, Optiverse, we are back for session 5 of the variants. We have at least 5 variants here, so that's a quorum. So we're going to get started with our mountains of adventure in the Optiverse. I'd like to give everybody a time, like we always do, to introduce themselves and their character. So why don't we start to my right, and Thomas, give us the rundown.
Hey everybody, my name is Thomas. I play Silhouette, the Shadow Guy. I also play games on the internet, like Shadowrun on the Emerald Grid and stuff. Make a few voices and a few podcasts, and that's about it.
You're living your best life. Danny!
Hey, I'm Danny. I'm playing Guishin, the flying quantum energy, doesn't know what the heck's going on ever kind of guy. And I'm here. I do stuff with Shadowrun, do stuff with missions, and just looking forward to playing this game with my friends.
Nice. Cassie.
Hello. I play Takedown, the speedster healer tanky type person. I am a programmer, and I make Roll20 stuff. That's the bulk of my real life. So I'm just gonna be a speedy hack mutant today. That'll be way more fun. Excuse me. Anomaly.
Mutants trademark anomaly. Sandy.
My name is Sandy. I'm playing Magnitude tonight. She likes to smash things and punch things, and she's tough as nails. And that's who I'm going to be. I'm going to be here playing with my.
Sweet. And Rusty.
Hello, I am Rusty Zimmerman. I regularly use my face holes to fill your ear holes and eyes holes with awesomeness. Whether it's here on the Shadowcaster Network, running Westeros every other Sunday, or being the team leader of the variants, and currently the headmaster of the school, but that's a little H headmaster. I'm not the headmaster, as Bootleg, who is kind of the substitute professor of the Greystone Academy for the Prodigious.
And I am Opti, from basically everything that has an Opti in front of it and the Neo-Anarchist podcast. I find it curious that you guys never actually asked him his real name. Like, you just accepted that Headmaster was an okay thing to just call somebody forever.
I thought his first name was Head, and he was Mr. Master, like Mr. Leg.
He's a jerk, I didn't
care. Anyway, so not only did we finish up the last session with you guys getting back from the moon on a spaceship that was crashing, but didn't end up crashing in Australia, crashed on the Soulforge Island instead, and you picked up Cliff and you brought him back to the school, and now he's your super janitor. But also, in the meantime, Magnitude and Silhouette had somewhat of an adventure in the Killing Time crossover, where the Star Patrol from 1,000 years in the future came back to the present to prevent one of their own from killing time, and they had various adventures there. So now that the Killing Time crisis is over, we are back to mundane life at the Academy. So let's break open the Greystone Academy classical music that everybody has come to know and love. And now we'll start with Cassie. Tell us what Takedown is doing at the Greystone Academy.
Man, I think at this point she's probably learned most of her powers, so she's probably not jumping off the roof and stuff anymore. So probably just training as hard as she can, as always, to get her peak physical condition. And I don't know, maybe try to unintentionally weasel her way into the sidekick job for Bootleg, some the responsible backup.
How's that going, Bootleg?
He is keeping on a brave face. He is not a fan of all this paperwork and stuff. He is much more comfortable as the number 2 guy than the number 1. But he is making it work, and he is only freaking out in the office in private quietly later on as he stares at the stacks of paperwork and tries to figure out why the auto pay isn't working, and just all that fun stuff.
Cool. Somebody's got a weird mic sound. Anybody's like next to a fan with their mic?
That might be me, because I am super
Next to
hot.
a fan with your mic? If that's you, 100%. So maybe just take the push to talk off.
Does that feel better now?
It
No,
does. But you could also
It's
fix
improv.
it with
You're totally
push to
just
talk.
flying.
Yeah.
Just insist that you're flying.
That's the
Oh.
sound
cool
that you
wind
make when you
effects.
fly. Yeah.
Actually, I could probably go there.
That is much better, actually.
Try
But
to suck more quietly.
Or again, push to talk. Don't want to like try to beat that dead horse.
Yeah,
But
then there's just a whole lot of me going,
yeah, mic discipline. Not you need to put some PowerPoints into mic discipline.
I know. We'll figure that one out.
Speaking of discipline and lack of it, what is Gui Shin doing?
Well, yeah, I was going to say not trying to be the responsible one. He's probably been out a few times with his friend the Ray Duck and in fancy car form, showing off to the ladies around the city and trying to maybe set up some sort of house party because Headmaster's not around and he's pretty sure Bootleg would be into it.
So, as you've been out and about, turning the Ray Duck into various fancy cars, are you wearing a costume, or are you going out so everybody can see your face?
No, not wearing the costume. It's he's being himself. He's being Eugene when he goes out. The costume's a little bit nerdy. Like it's cool and all to be a superhero, but at the same time, yeah, we all look kind of like dorks. Honestly.
You don't wear it when you're not superheroing. Like that's the thing. It's all about context.
I mean, if you're not superheroing, you look a little dorky.
Yes, but you also look a little obvious in the obvious spaceship car that people now associate with normal Eugene's face.
But it doesn't look like a spaceship car. It looks like a fancy regular car.
Okay, all right, we'll go with that. We'll pretend that that's what's happening, and pretend that nobody notices the amazing car getting driven down by
Nissan
this nobody.
Skyline. It's got some fins, it's got some lights underneath.
Magnitude, what are you doing besides teaching dance class?
Probably silently shaking her head at his antics, turning the ship into a crazy weird car. But she'd probably seek out Takedown for some fighting lessons because she's not great at it. She's just super strong and it gets her through things. You know what I mean? So she'd probably do that for some training. And then other than that, she'd probably be trying to sneak in her girlfriend into the manor.
Does she need to sneak her in, or is that something that you're just doing because you don't want to ask the question?
She's young and she doesn't know what the rules are, so she didn't want to ask and have them say no. So she's just going to try to bring her in quiet.
She can just come when the party's happening. I'm just saying.
Or she could just talk to the substitute headmaster because guests are generally fine as long as nobody ever touches the statues in the backyard.
There's another dangling plot hook. How old is Magnitude?
She's 20, I believe. 19, 20-ish, I want to say close.
All right, so nary an adult around, and she's 20 years old and still sneaking her girlfriend into the mansion as if somebody's gonna get her in trouble.
She is a Hispanic woman who has lived with her parents her entire life. There are rules.
You're just scared Bootleg's gonna start whipping sandals at you.
So yeah, in the Optiverse, nobody's gonna bat an eye about people people loving who they want to love, but yeah, sneaking your girlfriend or your boyfriend in, if you're coming from a conservative family, is still going to get you in trouble in the Optiverse. So propriety, I appreciate it. Maybe you don't need to, but maybe it's the thrill of just sneaking around in the first
My
place.
complication is a relationship, so here it is.
I think it's like 60% sneaking the girlfriend in past Chameleon, making sure that he's not just like following them and like getting ready to yoink their food on date night. Like whether, I made us a little picnic. And then Chameleon's just like stalking them through the grass and like yoinking a sandwich and darting off with it,
It's a real question. Yeah, so you're just sneaking in more for like you're scared of tag-alongs, like takedowns now bored as well. Like, hey, what are you guys doing? You gonna watch a movie?
I get the feeling that like they're all sneaking around, but like everybody's like watching them. Everybody sees them like from various vantage points, and everybody's like, "What are they doing? Why are they sneaking around?" Speaking of that, Thomas, describe where Silhouette is when he sees Magnitude sneaking in her girlfriend.
I would guess she would sneak her in by kind of a side door, and you just happen to be in the upper corner of this room at that moment. He's just sitting there in the dark corner and cannot be seen. And he just got to the mansion, actually. He was running around the neighborhood, got bored, went back to the mansion. That's where he popped in.
And why is he there?
After the last incident, he realized that he didn't know where that newfound power come from, but he liked it a lot. He got a chance to test it. And, playing glorified taxi for that rage organization was a little bit beneath him. So he decided just to go away, and he's been like doing what he was doing before, running around dark corners, scaring people, playing tricks and stuff.
When you say the Rage organization, are you talking about Quintessa's Radical Association of Genetic Elites?
Exactly.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure.
You meant a different one.
Just wanted an excuse to say it out loud again.
I know. I handed you that one.
He was actually teleporting around a bunch of huge pachyderms. He was working for random ass giant elephants.
Okay, so you don't like it seems like one of those things where there's nothing going on and it's making you nervous. Like class has been able to happen for a week straight, and there's been no weirdness, and you're not exactly sure what to do with yourselves, which is why Magnitude has been able to learn some martial arts, and Takedown's been able to explore her powers, and why Silhouette's gotten bored and has come back to the mansion, and Bootleg is having to deal with finances and how to keep the lights on, and Gui Shin is going out, because there's nothing happening. What are you guys planning on doing when nothing's happening? Is this how you want to live your life?
Well, Bootleg is still also like overhauling the education protocols to account for the new students and also functionally new instructors that we have. So we've got, Magnitude teaching, dance and like general cardio, but then he'll also have Takedown doing some hand-to-hand training. Gui Shin can be doing some like combat driving and piloting, so we can sometimes have more than one person that knows how to fly the ship. And so he's trying to rotate, stuff like that through, trying to like find out what Chameleon's good at. It feels a little bit weird to be teaching like evasion techniques. So he's still trying to like peg a spot for everybody. But he wants everyone to stay involved in the education process, so that like most days there's like 3 like normal like actual college courses being taught, which he does also still have the old Super Genius Therion coming by to help teach if he wants to. But there'll be like normal academic stuff, and then like for one class period a day, it's superhero shit, where we're like, today we're gonna learn some Brazilian jiu-jitsu, or today we're gonna learn how to do a bootlegger turn, or so like he's gonna be trying to like fold it in and strike a new balance in order to keep the team running smoothly and to give everybody excuses to spend hero points on whatever they want to.
How long would you say that you have been working in the headmaster's office? And how thoroughly have you gone through his belongings, if at all?
He will be going through the headmaster's things piecemeal, like if he needs to look something up and can't find it elsewhere. Like in like the envelope that the headmaster gave him that was supposed to have all the documentation he needs, like if he can't find some documentation he needs, he'll start going through the headmaster's desk, right? Like to try and find the one thing he needs. Like, oh shit, the homeowner's insurance is once a year, so it wasn't in the every month stack, or like he'll go like slowly looking through, but he's not just like, I'm daddy now, and like looking through the guy's stuff. It's just, if he needs something, he will look more through the desks or, poke through some of the files or whatever. But he is not at the point where he's just idly exploring and, taking over stuff.
Okay, roll a d20 for me.
Would that be me in particular?
Yes, bootleg.
A 17.
My goodness. Okay, that was one of the two numbers that chat gave us, and so something special happens.
Wow.
That's pretty random. So as you're going through one of these things, you're trying to figure out, there is a bulb that is not working in the hangar area where you keep the ray duck. And you go to change it, and you realize that you not only don't have any of those bulbs, but the bulb doesn't look like anything that you've seen before. So you look for, maybe something that would give you a heads up as to where to find these weird exotic bulbs in that packet that the headmaster gave you, and you don't find anything. So you go searching around in the headmaster's office, and you find a list of 20 names. Does that strike your curiosity, or?
Sure.
It's handwritten note. Handwritten note with 20 names, and next to each name seems to indicate that they have genetic powers.
You know how in offices, I don't know, like 20 years ago, they had like little baskets on desks for like incoming and outgoing, like those little trays that held some documents. Bootleg has one of those that's like, what the fuck? Like, it's just a little WTF question mark for like weird stuff that he's come across. He's like, this looks like it could be really important. I should probably read it later. And he'll be in the process of transferring this weird list over to his what the fuck folder. And then he notices that it looks like it could be a list of anomalies. And he has a responsibility drawback to try and like know and protect and be responsible for genetic anomalies, partially due to his power set, partially due to being the first variant recruited. He has taken that upon himself a bit more than is healthy. So instead, he will forget all about some stupid light bulb because the Ryduck has lights on it anyway, and whatever. Guishin can be all sparkly when he uses his powers. Like, we could probably see by that if we had to, and Chameleon could probably see in the dark. Yeah, whatever, it's fine. We don't need a light bulb right now. So yeah, he's gonna take a look at this list of anomalies and see if it's people that he recognizes.
The first name is a Ryan Reese, and it says AKA Precarion. you do not recognize that name. In fact, you look over the list and you don't recognize any of these names.
Okay, then. Yeah, that's not going in the WTF folder. That's going in the, hey, this is kind of important. I'm going to forget what I was working on before and slowly work my way down this list. So, yeah, he's going to just kind of take a look at them. Are there any other notes? Is there a date in the corner? Is there a city?
No, there are just names and what seem to be code names. So the next name is Robert Ryan, and next to that is the word or the code name Terrific Axeman, and then Juan Juarez next to a code name called Puppy Master. Puppy Master, everyone. Next is William Wall, aka Barrier. Deborah Dredd, Professor Dreadful. Stephanie Sterling, Agent Big. Marcia Mudd, Bulldozer. Heather Hawkridge, a.k.a. The Reasoner.
These are the best names.
Michael Williams, Commander Panther. Taylor Brighton, a.k.a. Shadowstar. Drew...
I want to double check something.
Okay.
The last two, we broke the alliteration. Is that correct? Michael Williams?
Yeah, yes. Because not all superhero names have to be alliterative.
I was just wondering about Miss Hawkridge being the reasoner and not something to do with birds.
It was Michael Williams was Commander Panther.
Yeah. And then there was Taylor Brighton, who was Shadowstar. Drew Harkness, Insidio. Sawyer Carr, Whisper Demon. Nico Brown, Mad Merlin, and Skylar Flores, the Scarlet Platypus.
That's my favorite.
Well, you are certainly correct in that I had not heard of any of these before. All right, then. It's time for a little Google Foo, I think. We will pull up the old laptop or whatever, and he's just gonna start Googling Precarion, Terrific Axeman, Puppy Master. It's I'm pretty sure that this is not the headmaster doing the girlish diary thing and practicing his name.
He's writing a novel.
I don't think this is speculative fiction on the headmaster's part. I don't think he named somebody Agent Big. I'm pretty sure that these names came from someone else. So we're gonna start we're gonna start Googling some Mama Jamas.
Those are exactly the kinds of names the headmaster would come up with. That's why we didn't let him name any of us.
Variance Wave 3.
So you start looking these names up.
They're not even people, it's a wish list.
One day, I'm going to have an Insidio on the team. None of these names, none of the code names that is come up on any searches that you do.
Also, just for the record, I'm counting 14, not 20.
The others seem less important.
Okay, no problem.
There are 6 more. We'll just cover that up off panel for the moment.
They're smudged out right now.
One's like fantastic guy ?
There's 6 more on there that we can use for season 2 intrigue.
Sure. Well, and it's a classic comic book trope where for this scene, the comic book, the angle is over Bootleg's shoulder, and you just can't make out the full list of 20, so that there can be more in next year's annual or whatever.
There you go.
So, all right. Yeah, I do not know what to make of this, or if I want to. But yeah.
Did you say that you just searched for the code names, or did you actually search for the real names as well?
He was going to start with the code names. But yeah, there's real names as well. So if the code names aren't doing it, then he will start trying some of the real names.
Okay, so once you start Googling real names, you do find them. Naturally, there's quite a number of people with these names. But these names...
Are there really?
Well, anyway, you do notice that there are... Each of these names are actual people in some way, shape, or form. Actually, what's your technology level? Do you have any sort of technological aptitude? Science or technology?
No. I have Jack of all trades, which lets me roll it without a penalty.
Okay, so just go ahead and roll it then without a penalty. See what happens.
Dope. That's a natural one.
Yeah, so you do come across, we'll say that you come across Ryan Reese first. And Ryan Reese, you are pretty sure that it's that if there ever was a Precarion, it would be this 65-year-old accountant from Sapphire City,
Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just like he'll fire up like a Word doc or a notepad on his phone or something, and just kind of start scribbling down some notes to himself.
I want to make clear that that because of your flaw, that to take care of genetic anomalies, this man that you found in Sapphire City is now occupying your thoughts to an odd degree. This accountant is now something that you think about, quite often.
Also, he'll help you with the finances.
Right, I mean, like we could use an accountant. Like I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I'll just be trying to like figure this guy out or whatever. It's fine. That's what Bootleg will be brooding over in his office.
Magnitude, you're getting a call right now. You are in various stages of date night, but during whatever stage you're in right now, you get a call on your phone.
That is unfortunate. Okay, she gets up and she answers it.
It is your mother, and she notes that you have not been home for at least a week and a half, and you have not called her like you normally have to tell her about the cool superheroic things that you've been doing, and so she would like for you to bring your friends home for a meal.
Yeah. When, Mom?
Right now. Come today.
What time is it?
Time for you to come home.
But seriously, like, what time is it right now? Like in
Taco time.
like, is it 7 p.m.?
We'll say it's 7. We'll say it's 7 o'clock in the evening. If you leave now, you can be here in an hour.
Mom, you already cooked the food, didn't you?
Of course. Plenty for your friends. And that cute girl that you've been hanging around with.
She knows my girlfriend.
That you've been hanging around with for a very long time, and that comes over all of that. I like to refer to her as that cute girl because I'm such a cute mom.
Yeah. Okay, Mom, I need to ask them what they're doing. You need to give me time for these things. I don't know what they're doing. Okay, hold on. I'm going to go talk to them. I'll call you back.
Okay.
I love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Can we leave now?
And then
everybody pops out.
Everybody's like,
Sarah to start like getting dressed, and then I'm gonna like walk out and try to find everyone and tell them what my mom said and see if they want to go get more awesome food.
Yeah, we set up the intercom system to automatically trigger anytime the caller ID registers a call from your house, so we can all just hear it in every room of the mansion. Anytime your mother invites us over for food.
That is private.
But that would be awesome, though. Like, we all deserve to know about tacos. Bootleg will just be in his office brooding and, like, trying to track down this 65-year-old accountant on LinkedIn and like check this guy's credentials and stuff. So he's just gotten kind of distracted and gone down a rabbit hole. So he's in the
All
office.
jokes aside.
The rest of you could do stuff.
So all jokes aside, is there an intercom system or like a way to reach everybody all at once, or does she have to actually go? Okay.
No, we've got an intercom system, like little wall-mounted panels, like old school mansion type stuff had.
Okay, then I'll send out a call throughout the entire house that my mom is demanding everyone's presence, and that if they are not doing anything currently, then their presence is required. There is no getting. Time for tacos.
I'll twist my arm.
So
burritos, or
the only
tostadas, whatever she
person
cooked.
who doesn't respond is Chameleon. And come to think of it, you haven't really seen Chameleon much, except for class. He hasn't been showing up much. And you haven't really seen him. And now nobody knows where he is.
I mean, that's not exactly...
Yeah, I was gonna say, is this
different?
odd? Because I feel like he's always hiding, right? So is this normal that we haven't seen him?
Correct.
Like it's gonna be a little weird that he's not, meeting up in, for taco time. But whatever.
That
maybe
is the
he's
weird part.
Sneaking outside and
Well, he's been hiding further and further from the house every time we find him, which we don't actually find him. He just jumps out whenever we walk past. But it's further and further from the house.
I'm gonna go check his bedroom. I'm gonna go check to see if he's there.
He is not in his bedroom. At least you can't see him.
I will do a quick scan with my genetic anomaly sense while we're all waiting by the car. Just give a quick look around for him, see if he's within quick scan distance.
You notice silhouette in the shadow underneath the car.
So yes,
Under the car?
you do notice that there is a genetic
hiding.
anomaly trigger underneath the car, but no sign of Chameleon, at least in the short range. But yeah, you do taste silhouette.
I prefer scent thing.
No, you can taste. You taste him in the air.
Yeah, not a big fan of that. Especially when he's hanging out underneath the car. Like it's not appealing. That's not my fetish. All right, we'll just quickly over to the team comms because those little earbuds are fairly handy, and you never know when we're going to have to superhero. He'll just go, Chameleon's not here. I guess Chameleon's not coming. Everybody be gentle when you gloat at him about missing on taco time. But we're already at taco time minus 5 minutes by waiting for him. So let's get rolling.
My mom will pack a plate for him. Don't worry. She will make sure he has food for the next week.
And then off comms, you guys will just see Bootleg kind of like squat / kneel down there in the garage and like peer under the car. And it'll go, hey, silly, you want to come to town and eat some tacos?
Told you to stop calling me by that name. And I don't eat, but I guess I could follow around just to see what it's like.
Yeah, I think some socialization might do him some good, so the invitation will stand. So Bootleg will go like, well, if you want to eat, the tacos are amazing, but we are going to need to ask you to stand your best behavior because Mags' mom is really cool and she makes us tacos. And I don't want you to jeopardize that and your already tenuous thread to your dwindling humanity and stuff. So just make sure you're nice, cool?
I guess, yes.
It's not exactly a ringing endorsement, but I'll take it, buddy. Come on out from under the truck, say hi to everyone.
So it's just like the shadow is gonna step from underneath the car, but stay like as he was stepping on the side of the tire. So going whoop, from underneath the car. Hey, bonjour.
Bonjour.
Nice
Hey.
guy.
Yeah, let's go. Shadow dude.
Everybody remembers Silhouette. Silhouette, you remember everybody?
Yes.
Actually, Mags, have you met Silly? I know you weren't with us on Soulforge Island and all that.
No, I mean, maybe, did you guys mention him? I don't know. No, I wasn't on that island. This guy, the Shadow, I've never met him before. I don't know what you're talking about.
So just to be clear, for off camera, Magnitude is straight lying right now.
She's not doing a great job.
I think that carried just fine.
I think the opportunity would have been when we were fighting space pirates. But
Mags was knocked out, I think, the whole time.
I think Mags was taking a knee on that one. So, yeah, I guess they probably haven't ever met.
I remember noticing someone unconscious in your ship, but didn't pay attention at the moment.
So Silhouette, you're going with this, right?
Yeah.
Because you and Magnitude absolutely did meet during the Killing Time crossover. So the fact that she's just not saying anything about it. Okay. I should be on the same page with everybody.
Business.
Fine. Y'all just keep y'all secrets. That's fine.
I do have an insight of 14, and judging from Sandy's roleplay, I'm betting that Mags isn't a great liar, but I don't really care right now because it's taco time, and I try not to judge genetic anomalies for their actions prior to coming to the Greystone Academy for the Prodigious. So, if she had a little shadow play going on the sides or whatever, that's between her and her girlfriend that she sneaks in. Whatever's going on is between
Sensing
them,
a theme here.
As long as they're not, making the school look bad, he's not going to worry about it. So instead, he just does like the dad thing, like claps his hands together. He's like, "All right, everybody, road trip. Let's go get some tacos."
What are you taking? You taking the Ray Duck or are you taking normal transportation?
Guishin, you think you can make the Ray Duck look, good mid-size SUV type of thing?
Big golden SUV.
Escalade? Yeah.
I think you and I will have to get there if you are driving.
It's always golden. It's always gold.
I could expedite that.
Yeah, you could just travel through Silhouette.
We could, or we could have some family time in the car on our way to tacos. And her mom has already planned for us to arrive.
But they're
At a
getting
certain
cold.
timetable.
So Silhouette says this out loud, right? Like, I can just teleport you guys over there. Magnitude's like, let's do that. Can we do that? Because it's faster and it'll make my mom less angry, please. Can we do that?
Hold on, why is your mom angry at us?
And mainly me. I've been slack about contacting her. It's my bad. But, also, that sounds cool. I want to travel through Shadow.
Yeah, I guess you were
That's
unconscious
what I'm
last
talking
time.
about. And
All right,
at this moment,
creepy and
half
cold.
of the room becomes just dark. Using his environment power, he turns visibility to -5 in half of the room to create a portal.
Yeah, so we're going to do that. Okay. All right. Yeah.
You are
Let's do that
slowly enveloped in shadow. How many of you have the fearless quality? Those of you who don't, make a will defense roll.
Yeah.
Okay, that's enough to keep you from flipping out, but you are also really aware, everybody is, that while you may not be scared, it's very creepy. You hear voices, you hear chittering eyes and teeth and claws. So by the time you get done, you feel like you've just watched a horror movie instead of just being teleported. It's actually quite a harrowing experience. But on the other side of it, you're in Proudhaven. Yay!
Yeah, Bootleg will just kind of sigh, and it's still unsettling, even if he's not afraid of it. So he will not suppress the shudder and just, ugh. Well, that was sure a lot more fun than just taking a night's drive through upstate New York.
Yeah, Radix got plush seats.
I regret that decision immediately. Okay, let's not do that again. Oh my god, we have to do that again, don't we?
Yeah,
Yes, we're
because
gonna have
we,
to go back.
Because we didn't bring the car.
Well, not all of us do.
I hope we've all learned a valuable lesson about trying new things. But, taco time.
Don't.
Yes, so you are headed. Silhouette drops you off exactly where you need to be, right in front of Mags's mom's place. Make a perception check, everybody, as you step out of the shadow.
Is our friends there hanging out?
Guishin, now that you mention it, you do see somebody hanging out there. Somebody who you've seen before at least twice. So yeah, you and Takedown and Magnitude are just looking around like you do when you kind of, get out of a car or get out of whatever, and you just quickly scan the area, and you notice that there are these same people that every time you seem to come around here, there's these people looking at you. They are dressed in sort of tuxedo type things, and they look like they have masks on, domino masks, and
that's new.
They seem to be staring at you quite pointedly,
like from over their newspaper still, or
quite obviously.
So they're still going through the motions of like G-Man bullshit, but they're wearing tuxedos and domino masks.
Yeah.
So can we catch one of them now?
Like I guess you assume it's the same people because they're so obviously looking at you.
Just as a reminder, you haven't mentioned the tuxedos and the domino masks before.
I realize that, and I'm giving you a little bit more detail.
When we fight them, we're going to find out they're children.
Yeah. After the fight,
because in Proudhaven, we fight kids.
I don't like that they hang around my family's house a lot. That makes me nervous.
And we can never catch them. I'm not certain they're real anymore.
Hey, Takedown, why don't you just go fetch one for us?
I mean, we've tried this before, and Takedown,
we haven't really tried to grab one before. We tried to politely approach one before. Why don't you just go ahead and fetch us one this time?
Takedown's gone. Takedown did not wait for you to reply.
Okay, so this time you're able to grab one.
Oh, that was easier than I thought. I didn't think you were real.
How can I? Hello. I didn't do anything.
Why are you always here?
Oh man, if you're a cosplayer,
right? Why?
I'm not exactly sure what you want me to say. What do you mean? I'm always here.
Start with the truth.
My name is Daniel. I was born in New Mexico. I moved here.
Daniel, we need the short form. Why are you hanging out on a street corner in this kind of neighborhood in a tuxedo, wearing a mask, always fucking spying on people?
Well, your friend is special, and we were sent to make an offer to her, but we wanted to observe and make sure that we had the right person before extending the invitation. And the other ones are starting to walk towards you now, and they sort of kind of nod that he had said something right.
I'll give a little whistle and just kind of point to make sure the rest of the team sees everybody coming towards us. I go, sent by who?
An organization that would prefer to remain anonymous.
All right, well, I'd prefer that they didn't on account of your stalking my friend. Sent by who?
This information is rather private.
Is there anything crushable near me?
Sure.
Him.
Trash cans.
Stronger than
Mailbox,
Skull.
trash can.
Yeah, there's all sorts of city
Okay.
stuffs.
I'm going to grab something that should not be able to be crushed, and I'm going to crush it in front of them.
Full
I'm going to be like,
newspaper
why don't you
box.
try telling us the truth?
Yeah, so like you grab a metal railing that's going up some stairs to a brownstone, and you just, and he says, Miss, if I could have a moment of your time, I'm sure that I can clear all of this up.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Do you have a pamphlet?
Right?
I mean,
He says this information is somewhat sensitive. Are you sure you want me to talk about it in front of your friends?
Yes. Did
Uh,
I stutter?
Very well. Do you know much about your father's business, his affairs?
like
I mean, not entirely, I guess. I mean, I hear about the projects that he works on, but not like any detail or like the actual business workings. Why?
Well, as it turns out, his parents were members of an organization that I represent, and while your father wanted no part of it, the invitation to join has passed to you.
Wow, that's so much information. Totally.
The
Yeah.
information.
No, give.
It is it's
Yes.
a club that is known for its secrecy.
is it like a bowling team?
Why don't we just pretend this conversation never happened, and perhaps we will be able to reach you at another time. Perhaps this is a bad idea.
If I find you around here one more time, I will never ever go with you. I will never agree to do anything with you, and I will hunt you down. Do you understand me?
Yes, madam. This does not need to be any sort of a hostile interaction.
Good.
The court would very much like to extend the invitation, and you absolutely can. Well, just think of your mother and how much she would benefit from what we have to offer.
You've told me nothing. You've literally told me nothing. So I don't have to do anything.
Are you
So
like a book
please
club?
leave. Right, like I have no idea what you want me for. You've told me nothing, so I will give you nothing. And
How
you need to-
about just come with us and we can arrange a meeting with...
No. I'm not going anywhere alone with you. I don't know who you are. So if I'm going anywhere, I'm going with my friends.
I'll come.
Very well. Well, then we will... we don't want you. We will leave you alone then. Good day.
That's what I thought.
And they make like they're ready to leave and walk away.
Trifling.
My mom's gonna be pissed. Okay, we need to go in.
But that was disappointing. No information. And wait,
Well, you could follow them, scary
Let's
shadow
do-
man.
Let's do that. Because
Let me just go tell my mom what's going on, and then we can.
I mean, you don't eat tacos anyway.
you
We'll save
guys
some like.
enjoy tacos. I'll join you inside later. Let me keep an eye on these. How do you call them? Spook?
Oh yeah. He's gonna go spook the spooks. I can dig it. Meanwhile, tacos. Let's go.
Yeah, and let's also just ask your mom if she's noticed these guys or if they've hassled her any over tacos.
Okay. You make your way up to Mag's mom's place. Was it Maria? Was that her name?
Yeah.
Okay. You make your way up to Maria's, and the smell of tacos is wafting down the stairs as you're walking up, and it's making you all salivate. And you can't wait. You get to the door, and the door looks like it's forced open. The lock and the connection area to the lock is busted.
Oh hell no.
I will pointedly let Magnitude go first.
I'm going to go ahead and take to the air just a couple of inches and follow right behind her. I got your back.
As you,
yeah, sorry.
Yeah, as you go in, the smell of ground beef is wafting, and you notice that the range is still on. There's still a pan. The ground beef is sort of getting burnt, and the spatula that she might have been using is dropped to the ground, and everything looks prepared for you guys to eat, but there is no Mom.
I'm going to turn that stove off and to prevent things from burning. And I'm going to go check the rest of the house, like room by room, just to see what I find.
Okay, go ahead and roll a perception check. Looking for a target of 2. Oh, hey, Jade Moon. Thanks for giving. Yes, on a 21, you don't notice anything out of place except for one thing. Actually, no, that's 2 things. Number 1, there is a card. It is a black card that has gold writing, and it simply says Brimstone. And then the second thing you notice is that the door lock was kicked from the inside.
From the inside?
Yeah. Like somebody didn't break their way in.
Right. That's weird. Does anybody know what Brimstone is? I show everyone the card.
I will make a well-connected roll just as soon as I double-check what well-connected it was. I just need to remember what skill it's linked to. I believe it's just a perception roll.
Hopefully it's not charisma.
Being mildly pragmatic, I am going to prepare some taco plates for everyone. Because Maria would want us to be at our full strength.
If this food went to waste, she'd be right.
Yeah, pack your lembus. Just in case.
All right, give me 1 second.
You got it.
Well connected.
When you're well connected.
That is a 25. It counts as an investigation roll to know things about an organization or person.
Yes, you have heard of Brimstone. In this context, you are quite sure that it refers to the Brimstone Court, a secret sort of skull and bones organization full of incredibly rich and influential people who are also known for their extraordinary decadence.
So
Yeah, I heard of them. Is your family mixed up with these really, really weird, really rich secret society types?
Not that I know of. This is the first I'm hearing of this.
So what do you know about your father?
Well, they said that he wanted to get away from this, and that my grandparents were part of it. I mean, I honestly don't know that much about my grandparents, and I mean, my dad runs a construction company. Like, we live in this neighborhood. Like, I have no idea what's happening. You can tell that she's kind of flustered.
are you sure it didn't it's it actually says Brownstone Court? And
it's not the cul-de-sac down the street.
Oh, it says Brimstone.
Okay.
All right, then. Best lead we've got is the doofuses what been spying on us. So let's get back outside, look for them, because I doubt it's all a coincidence that a bunch of tuxedo-wearing sons of bitches been spying on your family and finally let us approach them, and that now your mom's gone and is dealing with the Brimstone Court. So, yeah, let's get back outside.
Someone's getting a beating.
Oh, at least one.
Okay, so you head downstairs and you notice one of these guys just in your periphery towards the horizon. And he looks to be not running, but sort of walking briskly into an alley.
I'm going to reach out and grab him, if I may, with my abilities. Is he more than 1,000 feet away?
No.
All right. Is he more than 250 feet away?
Yes.
Okay, so I guess that's like a -2 on my roll. Is that how that works? If he's out further than my regular range? Okay, so I'm gonna go to my thing and roll some dice here, I guess. All right. -2, right? All right, so -2. Oops,
I'm gonna say this is an average thing to do, but with your -2, with your -2. So go ahead. You're looking at a DC 10.
All right, here we go.
There you go. Did you apply your -2 already, or?
Yeah, I did apply the -2.
Okay, well then you got him.
Yeah. All right.
He's entangled quantumly.
I've got him, and I'm just gonna start.
You need to really call that quantum entanglement. It's a wasted opportunity. Quantum grab does not have the same.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna drag him towards us, if I may, and while we probably walk towards him.
He seems rather calm as he's being dragged backwards.
Yeah, they seem pretty unflappable, these guys, actually. So, good on them.
He gets close to you and he turns and looks right at Magnitude and he says, "Madam, I tried to tell you. I tried to warn you."
He totally
took my mother.
That's a lie.
You forgot to told me that you took my mother. Convenient.
You were so rude.
Where is she?
We didn't take your mother until you refused to come with us.
Oh, okay. That's very dignified of you. That's great. You're going to show us where she is.
Of course. This is all we wanted. Please walk this way. And he proceeds to walk away if Guishian is going to let him.
I look at Max.
What?
And yes, walk away.
Oh, you're coming with me.
Let him go. I'm coming, yes. But all right, I let him go.
And we're going to follow him.
Okay, he walks down to the next street, and immediately a limousine pulls out in front of him, and he opens the door and motions you all in.
Just lean over to Guaishin. Why does everyone have limousine?
We have a limousine.
That's what I'm saying. Is this a part? Is this okay?
Okay. All right. Let's get in.
Because it's soap operas for nerdy people. Everybody in soap operas has plenty of money, just like everybody in comics except for Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys gonna get in the limo, or?
Sounds like most of us are, and Silhouette is still just creeping around, so that's fine by us. Tactical.
Yeah, Max is not first or last into the limo, though.
I'm in between everyone.
Yes.
Oh, you mean like you don't want her to be singled out somehow?
Right.
Okay. Inside the limo, it's a very nice limo. No ghetto little bottles of booze or ice cream, unfortunately.
I was gonna ask about it.
So it's not the party limo, but there is, it looks like champagne, not sparkling wine, but it's a very, very nice limousine, and the windows are black, so you cannot see out. So you cannot see where you're going, and the limo drives away. It's been 15 minutes since you've all gotten in the back of this limousine, and you have no idea where you're going.
Somewhere where we're gonna beat some ass.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
That's my best guess.
I feel like we're too trusting with just getting into strangers' limos. We could have followed them in our ride, right?
No, because we didn't
no, we
have
didn't
a ride.
because we teleported.
I really want to avoid doing that again.
Make a perception check, please. Man, you guys crush perception checks.
Takedown always does.
Everybody starts to smell something. My goodness. Bootleg with the 36.
Sees all the things.
Right. So Bootleg, you've noticed that this champagne is incredibly rare. You start smelling something, and in the there's a console right in the middle of you all, and the smell of very fresh, warm baked bread is coming from the console. And you open it up, and there's just these really nice baked bread rolls. There's the very nice looking cheese. You would even see like some sort of like legendary, like amazing cheese that just smells wonderful and makes your mouth salivate. Little cuts of sausage that looks maybe like elk sausage or something like that. It just all sorts of very, very expensive. There's caviar, and it's if you've never had it, this is both foreign and intriguing.
Bootleg will slam the console shut, and then like lean on it with his stretch out in the back of the limo and lean on it to keep it closed, and just go like, "No, I don't think we're gonna eat none of their food."
Yeah, I got tacos anyway.
Yeah, make a willpower check, Guishin, compared to the folded up tacos that
That's
are now
funny.
being soaked in the napkin that you brought.
It's okay.
You're thinking, actually, you know what? It probably wouldn't be so bad. I mean, I've never had caviar before, and
I haven't ever had caviar before.
that sparkle juice looks pretty good. And
I'll take the cheese. Takedown, and Cassie in real life has not eaten dinner, and so Takedown will reach out and try the cheese.
well,
He
at the
closed
moment,
it.
at
Bootleg
the
closed
moment,
it.
Bootleg has his body
Yeah,
interposed.
Bootleg is going to continue leaning on it and just give his head a firm shake. No, we brought our own food. Let's stay on focus here, and let's not just give them the freebie of fucking drugging us. All right?
Well, you're the one. Everybody in the group has to breathe except for me. So if they wanted to gas us, I could have done that. Give me the cheese.
She's got a good point. Gas would have been the best. We're enclosed.
If y'all really want to, we can steal some of their food when we get out of the limo. But
What is the
I
masked
really
guy
need you
doing?
to stay on focus right now. They just kidnapped Mags' mom. We're not going to get back at them by eating their stinking fish bait.
Or are we?
Is the dude back here with us? The guy in the mask?
No, he's in the front.
Okay, so
Like,
we are
they-
alone back here. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. They put all this here because they knew you would be like, don't eat the food. And so they put it all there, but we eat the food, and the tables have turned.
Better yet, if I go unconscious,
Totally.
you know they have ill intent.
No, if you go unconscious, it probably means that it was meant to kill us on account of you, and the rest of us aren't. We'll just leave it in here.
So she would be the best one to taste test for us.
Takedown is the taster.
None of us could taste it. And
I
it's a
can
moot.
regenerate.
It's not gonna kill us because Mags
Wait,
is here, and they don't want to kill Mags.
You're
If I find
making
out
us
too much,
waste
they
good
might.
cheese.
We're leaving the food where it is.
Takedown pouts.
We already know they got
I
ill
reach out
intent
for the bag of
on
tacos.
account of the woman they kidnapped.
Fine, we'll leave the food, but I'm having a party at the mansion.
It's adorable how you think this is a negotiation.
Everyone make a willpower check, please. Another one. Or I guess if you only Guishin made one.
Oh, I really, really, really think that bread smells nice.
I'm on the wrong tab. I'm on the wrong tab.
delicious bread.
I know, it smells so good.
All right. At about 10 minutes from when you start arguing, you feel the car stop, and the door opens up, and it's this guy who led you to the limousine, and he's acting like a butler or a driver. And he opens the door and lets you out, and before you is a very expensive looking brownstone. Seems to take up the entire block. And there's a red carpet, very much like an expensive hotel or something like that, but it doesn't seem like a hotel. Seems more like some sort of expensive club.
What do you sense out there, Mr. Leg?
Yeah, I'm gonna just take a second as the half dozen of us are climbing out of the car, and I'm just gonna do a quick scan. So it's still just range detect anomaly powers 2 acute, so it doesn't completely like take me away from my full senses. Yada yada yada. Just do a quick look for any more anomalies waiting in there. While I do that quick look, I'll just go. Oh, by the way, take down. Once we find her mom, you're in charge of getting Madre clear and then coming back and helping us beat more ass. All right.
All right.
I know the butler guy's right there. I just know that they also can't stop her. So, it's.
As we step out of the car and presuming that Bootleg ushered all of us out ahead of him, I'm going to use my ability to open the door on the other side as the door on our side closes and grab some of the food from the console and bring it around the back of the car and
Sneak in that food.
perhaps try to parcel some out to take down as well.
All right. Go ahead and make a... What is it? Sneaking?
Sleight of hand.
Or sleight of hand.
Sure, sleight of hand. Bootleg, make a perception check since you cared about this.
He's totally going to see this, but that's fine.
He's like the worst parent ever. He sees everything.
He sees
What you
everything.
mean the best parent ever?
So obviously you're fairly stealthy, but nothing gets past Bootleg.
Nothing.
As he's like scanning the building for variants, he goes, also, I just heard that console open and close again, so Guishin, don't be dumb.
We're bringing it back to check in the lab to see if they were trying to poison us.
Don't be dumb includes don't try and lie to me.
Put it on the trunk of the car. Just leave it, looking at it wistfully.
I shoved the tacos back in your face.
Tacos.
Did like in
So,
his face, like to eat, or
Not literally in his face.
okay, just like to have and to hold.
Really. Here you go.
That's a 24 on the perception check to scan the building for genetic anomalies.
There are at least 2 genetic anomalies that present themselves pretty clearly to you. Like you get 2 very clear pings. You've gotten some weird readings before that turned out to not be genetic anomalies, so there may be something like that in there. Something's kind of fuzzy on the inside too, but at least there's 2 very clear ones.
I'm not doing the full anomaly senses, which gives me the super ninja analytical stuff. So I'll just keep it vague. And you guys see him like blink a few times and turn his senses back off, and he goes, there's at least 2 people, places, or things in there with powers. So let's keep our eyes open, people.
Okay.
All right.
That was like the first part of training is eyes open. Don't close them. Don't close them.
Unless you're a chameleon.
Yeah.
So do you follow them into the front gate?
Yeah.
Where
once
where
they're-
2 two. They don't even look like guards. They just look like dudes in tuxedos. They open the doors for you. Big, huge doors that kind of go to the ceiling. Welcome, messieurs and madames.
Hey, I'm a monsieur today. Buongiorno.
On the inside is a pretty freaky scene. There's people in sort of elegant Victorian-like gowns, ball gowns, and masquerade-type attire. Everybody's got a mask on. Everybody's kind of got the fake wigs and domino masks, and there's a band playing sort of classical music. People are dancing. But then there's kind of another side to it where all sorts of untoward things are happening, like all the sex and the bondage and the absolute domination of certain people and the fetishization of other things. It's just all going on at once while other people are dining and eating and gorging themselves on amazing food. It's quite a lot to take in.
Wow, this kind of thing is real?
Right, I read about this, but
Awesome.
You ever saw that movie Eyes Wide? You ever saw that movie Eyes Wide Shut? Right? It's like, what is happening here?
Takedown comes from a very conservative, modest household. So she is probably very embarrassed and like looking away and burning her eyes from.
Yes, anybody who would come from any sort of modest background would just wouldn't really know what to do with this scene. And you are not greeted immediately. You aren't told where to go or what to do. Nobody seems to care that you're there. Are you wearing your super clothes, or are you in civilian?
We were just going out for tacos.
Yeah, so nobody actually seems to even care about you or notice you or want to. They all are engaged in their own indulgent behavior, no matter what that is.
I will turn and glare pointedly at the guy that guided us in. Like, hey, tuxedo mask, where's her mom?
I assume that she's at home.
So, where's the guy that was like, yeah, we kidnapped your mom, lol? Like, where's that guy? What happened to him?
It's him.
Okay. So, you kidnapped her, and then you put her back in her apartment?
just to get us here.
No. I believe that if you call her, she's where she's always been. She's waiting for you, as a matter of fact.
She's gonna be so mad.
I know. We're gonna be there in like an hour.
Hey, Mags, give your mom a ring real quick.
Right.
And if this guy's lying, hey, take down, maybe break his left knee.
Don't believe me? How are those tacos?
Well, see, like we have the tacos in our hands right now.
But
It's
then you
not,
look
like, super
and
cool,
you
smug
don't
guy.
have the tacos. There are no tacos.
What have I been eating?
You haven't been eating anything. You don't have them. The napkin's not there. The tacos aren't there. No sign that you ever had tacos.
The food on the
And-
trunk of the car.
Magnitude, you call your mom and she's like, Mag, when are you coming over? I've been waiting. I've been trying to keep food warm.
I speak to her in Spanish, and I just explain to her, and I say, listen, Mom, something came up, work stuff, you know, and we're dealing with it right now, and I will get back to you, and I promise we will go and have tacos, but it might be a little late, okay?
We're gonna be really hungry.
Well,
after.
I thought you would still be on your way. I mean, it hasn't even been that long.
Yeah, I know, but like I said, something came up, so just lock the doors, stay safe, and I will let you know what's going on
Lock the doors?
when I figure it out.
What do you mean
Yeah.
lock the doors? What's wrong?
I mean, you always do, just make sure they are.
Okay. You're trying to scare me.
No. I love you, Mom.
I love you too.
Bye. What is going on? Is what she says when she hangs up.
Then you are met by a gentleman wearing a tuxedo, not like the ones that you've been seeing, but more like the head of the house would wear. He's not wearing a mask, but his hair is slicked back, and he's rather regal. He's got a tie that is just super big. What do they call those?
Cravat?
I don't know. The big, huge ones. I don't know. And they just kind of puff
Super
out,
big
right?
tie.
Super big, puffy out tie.
It's called a jabot.
Well, hey, there you go. And it's blood red, and it just makes him look elegant. And he's got this kind of black and gold fleur-de-lis vest on underneath, and he's looking regal as hell. And he says, "Why, I would very much like to be the first to welcome you to the Brimstone Court, Magdalena." And he reaches out his hand to take yours, or offers his hand, that is.
I do not extend my hand out, and I say, "And you are?"
You can call me Lord Ruthven, and I am going to be your host tonight.
To a party I had no interest in coming to.
You're here, aren't you?
Yeah.
I
But
believe that we can make you an offer that you're interested in, and all we are asking is that you partake of our hospitality and listen to what we have to say.
While they're chatting, I'm going to give Lord Ruthven the full treatment of sense anomaly at the acute and analytical level. And also, just as a funny aside, I've been forgetting I get a +2 on any perception rolls to sense genetic anomaly.
Okay.
While he's doing that, I lean over to Takedown and say, "I'm pretty sure this guy's a vampire."
So 25 on a perception check to see if he's an anomaly and figure out what his shit does.
Do not sense any genetic anomalation with him whatsoever.
Alrighty then.
Just whisper back to Grishin. I also am really uncomfortable and don't want anything they have. I'm glad we didn't eat the cheese.
I don't think there was any cheese.
I'm so confused.
Please, come this way and I will explain everything. And then he motions you down the hall and he starts walking as if you're going to follow him.
I grab Bootleg's arm sleeve and I pull him with me because he's doing his thing.
Yeah, he's not like completely hapless, and yeah, he will follow.
Silhouette, are you on the inside or the outside? Are you following close
I'd
enough?
say he's following close enough on the inside, going from dark corner, from shadows to shadows. The ones that don't move too much because it makes it harder.
Okay, so he remains your ace in the hole a bit. And then
That's the
Guishin
idea.
and Takedown, are you going as well? He seems uninterested in you, actually. So whether you choose to go or stay doesn't seem to bother him.
I don't want to stay in this room, so I think I will go with them.
Guishin?
As interesting as this room is, a little bit of Bootleg's responsibility has rubbed off, so he does follow along as well.
All right. Into a receiving room where there is a bunch of really, really gaudy velvet and gold couches, and he offers you to sit down, and there are already people who are lounging there. There is one guy who is only wearing a Speedo. He's incredibly, incredibly hairy and just massive. Like, the dude is just stacked, and he's just a beast of a man. And he is lounging rather lazily on one of these velvet couches, and he's just being really obnoxiously lewd. What's the roll?
That's a very uncomfortable 31 on a perception test. But it's specifically looking for genetic anomaly stuff. I'm not just playing like count the chest hairs or guess the stain or anything. It's very specifically toggled over to my anomaly sense power. You know, like when you trigger Assassin Sight in Assassin's Creed games or whatever.
Guishin notices Bootleg giving the guy a long, hard stare.
Bootleg just kind of like
a little bit,
little mouth open like this. So anyway,
it is a power that takes no extra time or anything. I just look at people and I tell if they're anomalies.
This is you said this is the full suite one or just the anomaly or not?
Nope. This is the full one.
I mean, he's an anomaly.
This guy is lighting up very clearly as an anomaly of incredible dexterity and strength. He seems to have, well, I mean, like very, very physical abilities on the level of takedown, but probably a little bit stronger. Maybe not as invulnerable, but definitely as lethal in combat.
Gotcha.
This is like the most bougie shit I have ever seen in my life.
In the corners of the room, the opposite corners, make a perception check to see who sees this group of folk. Silhouette, I don't know what you're looking at, but it's not the back of the room. And Guishin is apparently looking at man meat over here because he doesn't see it either. But Takedown and Magnitude and Bootleg, notice that in each of the corners opposite where you came in, there are two figures just standing. They look almost like they could be twins, and they're standing sort of against the wall, and one is fiddling with a knife and the other one is holding a pistol that's down by her leg. They're dressed in black, not sort of the pleather or plastic attire of some of the people out in the main room, but sort of just comfortable, almost like spy type gear.
Tactonecks.
Yes.
Invented by Sterling Archer.
I'm waiting to see if Bootleg wants to anomalate them.
Yeah, he'll go ahead and give them the full once over. That's a natural 20 for a total of 40. Just give me them character sheets, boy.
So only one of them lights up for your anomaly stuff. The one that is on the right, the gal who's holding the pistol, seems to have very little power except for something that you're not quite familiar with. It's almost like she can manipulate probability. Make things happen that could happen. And make things happen that shouldn't happen. That kind of thing.
Gotcha.
Luck, maybe. Standing in the middle is a woman who is dressed up like a Victorian queen. She has a wig that is pulled up into thousands of little rivulets, kind of pulled up into a big, huge, I don't know, it's not a beehive, but it's like a, I don't know. Bouffant, there you go. Wearing an extremely elegant dress that is black and gold, and she looks like she's the queen bee around here. And then everybody make me one more perception check. Gee whiz, I'll just never be able to surprise you guys ever. Off on the corner, not in the corner, but off to the right, there is, on the left-hand side, a fireplace that is crackling, and the room is actually quite comfortable. There's some food in the middle, but off to the right, in a corner that is not a corner, just in a side of the room that is not illuminated, there seems to be something moving. It looks like a lump of something that maybe if a human just kind of walked in after working 40 hours straight and they just sort of flopped themselves down on the ground but didn't have bones, it just kind of laid there in a puddle. Kind of almost what this looks like.
Cool. Well, here's an even more uncomfortable 34 on a perception check to get a really good look at that character sheet, too.
Doesn't look like an anomaly. Nope.
All right, cool. It's just a person with no bones. That's great. Super.
That's the shape of it. The actual, well, you got a 36. His actual skin doesn't look like normal human skin. It looks like somebody took sandpaper and used sandpaper on sandpaper, and all the shavings created a human out of it. It's really kind of a gross texture.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm really turned on right now.
I didn't need this level of detail. This is too much.
Oh God.
He could have stopped at just, there's something there. He could have just left it at something, but no, we need to be punished for having a high perception skill.
Yeah, that's the downside to high perception.
That's it. Every time you do that, I'm going to give you an uncomfortable level of detail to punish you for your high rolls.
Opti's over here. Dare you enter my magical realm?
So when you walk in, Lord Ruthven says, see, I've brought them to you at last. I've done what the others could not. Shall I stay, my lady? And she says, please, wait outside. And he says, as you wish. And then Lord Ruthven exits the room, and there's a couch at least for each of you, as the woman in the middle beckons you to sit down.
Does anybody move to sit?
Switching back over to my normal perception, I'll just kind of give the couch a disdainful look.
Did you want to make a perception check on the woman in the middle? Because I don't think you did. I just don't want to assume that you...
I thought that I had, but I don't see one, so yes, I did.
Did we get a description of her? I was very focused on the blob of flesh.
Yeah, it was before. Okay. She's the one that had the bouffant with the black and gold dress.
That's a 38 to check her for anomaly powers.
It does not strike you as an anomaly.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
I don't sit down.
I have done target prioritization in my head. And I'll switch back over to normal senses. And when they gesture for us, they'll go, no, thank you. I'll stand.
I'd take a seat, but I don't really see a place where the couch is exposed. Looks a little tight. There,
like is Speedo guy sitting like right in the middle of the couch?
No matter where you go, you can see him.
Just a bare space. On the couch. Never mind.
He takes a mango and is just devouring it, and the juices are running down his hands and into his chest hair, and it's just friggin' disgusting. He's got these mad chops too, not like a beard, but like really like unshaven face, but like his sideburns just flow into these big huge chops on the side of his face, and yeah, it's just kind of a mess. Is anybody sitting down?
Joe.
I'm not.
Nope.
She takes a seat and she says, very well. I assume that you enjoyed yourself on the way in?
No. For reasons.
Hey, y'all got any hand sanitizer?
Of course.
Hey, so,
There's the bathroom if you'd like to wash yourself. We love being clean. And we also love being dirty. And she looks at Guishin with sort of a hint, like a, huh? Are you following me? dirty. You get it?
Being
Sexual,
so subtly,
right?
So subtly erotic.
I'm talking to you, young man.
Yeah, but right now I'm just kind of getting the skeevy jives from Hairy Bear right there.
She stands up and walks towards Takedown. She does that weird thing that villains typically do, where she walks really, really close to you and then walks behind you, and like you are not sure how to react, so you kind of stand there while they're walking around you, talking really creepily towards you. And so she says, "What about you, dear? I can sense that you've not quite experienced everything that life has to offer. I could teach you such things."
You don't know me. It gets real awkward.
And she just bellows a laugh.
Such awkwardness.
She brushes your cheek with her fingernail that is also black and gold.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Don't. That's not kind of not cool.
And then she wanders over to Bootleg and puts her hand on his chest. Strapping young man, so strong. I bet you're a hit.
That from Takedown.
I bet you're a hit with all of the younger ones. They all look up to you, don't they?
The emphasis on younger made it extra creepy. Bootleg he'll kind of like his shoulders and chest and stuff will tense up, like he's fighting the urge to just like start punching somebody. Like this whole place is making things creepy. But he'll just give her like a wry grin and a shake of his head. They go, talking doesn't require touching. Y'all had a sales pitch for mags, and as I recall, not even a brochure. So you got your conversation. Why don't we just get this over with?
Ignoring you completely, she walks towards Magnitude and does a curtsy, showing deference for the first time. And she says, "It is wonderful to have you back amongst us, Princess. We have so much to talk about." And that seems like a good place to take a break. So we'll see everybody in 10 minutes. Come back for part 2 of the creepiest variants episode yet. Bye, everybody. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. We are back! Variants, issue number 5, part 2. The variants are in the Brimstone Court, and they are having a very creepy meeting with someone called the Queen. She has just approached Magnitude and has curtsied to her, calling her princess. Did you have a response, Magnitude?
Yeah. Total shock for a moment. Just
My
silent
response
shock.
is total silent shock.
Just for a second. And then she goes, "Excuse me, how do you know me? Who are you? What is this even? No one will explain anything to me."
That is because they are not allowed to. That knowledge is only to be spoken of by myself or those who I give permission. You may call me Gloriana Tanaquil, but people around here call me Queen. Queen Glory, Gloriana, everyone else, Your Majesty.
Naquil?
Not glory to NyQuil, although quite a few folks around here have need of NyQuil once the festivities wrap up. And she chuckles to herself as if she said something so funny.
Yeah. It's probably too bad that terrific ass.
So that the air that she presents is at once very noble, but on the other hand, this is obviously not what she was born into. Like it's sort of forced and not natural for her. But she's
We found a group of LARPers.
like right almost though, right? Except it's very clear that they do have at least some means to back it up.
And their LARP rules clearly allow physical touching.
And they have the money to put on a really kick-ass LARP complete with real stuff. At any rate, I would like to extend the invitation that your grandparents extended to me. And she laughs to herself. And then she says, your father would not have it. We were so disappointed knowing what you would become. And so, we would like to extend the invitation to you. The Brimstone Court is a powerful organization that stretches the world. We influence all manner of things, and you could influence those things as well. I hear you've joined some sort of superhero team in which you may have saved a life here and there. I'm offering you the chance to change the course of civilizations at your whim. Make them better. Destroy them. Join us and all of that power can be yours. It is yours by right.
So do you do that kind of stuff like in between all the like sweaty sex parties you have?
We do whatever we want, whenever we want. And she looks very directly into your eyes. Whoever we want. Sexy smile.
That's really cool. I think that's against the law, you and me. What?
Laws are so passé.
No? Okay.
So you basically want me to join your crazy sex cult power thing?
You can use it however you want to. There are many of us here who have no need for carnal pleasures. I frankly don't understand them. But there are those. Exactly.
Whatever.
We don't shame anyone here for what they are into.
Well, there are certain things you probably should, but
Time has a way of erasing all taboo.
I'm 19. You're
soon to be
offering-
20, soon to be 30, soon to be hopefully
But
one
you
of us.
expect me to make this momentous decision right now. Like, right fucking now.
No, I had hoped to present this to you in a much different context, but you're so stubborn.
Your methods are questionable, madam. They are really just downright weird. That's not how you communicate with another human being. Especially when you want to ask them something that obviously you didn't mean to hurt me in any way, but you acted all creepy and had guys watching my house. What is up with that? You guys are so weird. I don't know.
Frankly, madam, there comes a point in time when you realize that you can do whatever you want with no consequences. Once you realize that that is the case,
Consequences. There are always consequences.
for other people, maybe. Not for us. Not for the Brimstone Court. Once you realize this, you realize that subtlety is overrated, and that you can just afford to do whatever you want, be as creepy as you want, and enough money and enough power and enough sex will make everybody feel better about anything. Even you. Would your girlfriend like to join us as well? I'm sure we can have people offer her things that she would very much enjoy. That same weird sexual smile.
Is there like a pillar near me anywhere or something I can just break that's not her?
Yeah,
But I
chairs
just need
and
to punch something. I need to break
Couches,
something.
really, really nice, tacky couches.
there's a hairy man lounging on the couch.
Break his couch.
Yes, there's artworks on pillars, those little pillars that exist just to hold up busts of people who you don't recognize. There's desks, there's couches.
Okay, I'm not gonna do that now, but it's good to know what's around me. I am kind of
good,
shaking
good.
from anger,
Break
though,
things
and
later.
it's people with very high perception on my team will be able to notice that. And
definitely not
actually,
bootleg.
can I roll?
Yeah,
can I
no,
roll
I'm-
my will
Yeah.
to keep from?
No, in fact, you know what? No. Why don't you just choose? And if you choose to lose control, then I'll give you a hero point.
Dude, look at what I rolled for my will.
Well, you choose to do it. You choose to lose control, I'll give you a hero point.
Yeah. So yeah, no, she's so angry that she is like, I have no consequences, and she brought my girlfriend into this, and that is not okay. So she's just gonna flat out punch her, or try to at least.
Punch Gloriana?
Yes.
Speaking of consequences,
Consequences.
roll for initiative.
Yeah.
Everybody, or
Everybody who wants to care about what's happening.
Yeah.
I will happily go not first.
I rolled very poorly.
All right, let's see. I don't see takedown in there. Am I missing it? Oh yeah, there it is. 29. Oh, she entered it already. Great job. Guishin, where's yours? 5. Yes, you're crushing it.
Got the same thing.
So distracted by the man.
Everything.
by the
I'm
hairy
just so
guy.
angry.
Bootleg.
Got a
22.
22.
Magnitude. You got a 5, you said?
Yep.
Silhouette, am I... Yeah, 20. Listen to all this dead air while I input initiatives. Say
Role-playing
something.
games are
say something
fast
clever.
moving and exciting.
I guess I could offer to do those for you.
I'd do more banter, but I'm shoving food in my face because you made me hungry in the last hour.
Same.
It's all your fault, Opti.
I was describing every bakery on the Street of Flour in King's Landing in my last session, and then also describing everything available at this bakery shop. And everyone was like, "God damn it, Rusty, this is worse than when we were at a feast in the Red Keep." And I'm like, "This is all Felicia's fault because we were watching a lot of great British baking show, so I'm just going to describe everything that pops into my head from the last season we watched and tell everybody about what's available here in King's Landing." That's what you get.
All right, so I'm going to allow Magnitude to go first since she's the inciting event. So go ahead and do what you're going to do.
I mean, she's at the end of the round anyway, so we just start at the end of the round.
Yeah, that was my thought.
Okay.
That looks like a big old punch.
Yep.
Yep, so you missed.
Crafty
So
bitch.
next up is Takedown. You see Magnitude take a swing, and Gloriana does not seem to move much, but she does move out of the way.
Does the hairy gentleman start looking like more alert? Does any?
He does, indeed. He looks like he's about to ready to jump into things. Like, with you and him both sprang into action quickest.
Okay. I'm not sure if this is going to escalate into full violence yet, but I'm just going to move to be in front of him, like between him and anyone else, really.
And that's the only thing you're doing this turn?
Yeah, because I think at this moment, Magnitude has swung on Queen or whatever, but I don't feel like we're in full-scale combat yet. It feels like maybe this can still resolve into good intentions. Maybe? I don't know. Yeah, I'm just going to move in front of him and like head him off whenever he tries to make a maneuver.
Okay. As if to answer your question as to whether or not this is going to intensify anymore, he punches you right in the face.
All right, well, there we go.
With a 19.
My dodge DC is only an 18, so...
Bam! Punches you.
Yeah.
So go ahead
Ow.
and roll your toughness against DC 26.
I also have a -2 for some reason. I think that was probably from last fight, so I'm gonna take those out.
It should be back by.
Yeah.
In fact, that was probably back by the time that fight ended.
Yeah. 32.
Oh, okay. So you take the hit quite easily, but you do also recognize that that was a pretty solid hit. And if you weren't you, that might have done some real damage to somebody. Bootleg. The fight has started to happen, and you're very aware that while Gloriana may not have acted yet, certainly Sir Brute has been waiting for this moment and has started slugging it out with Takedown.
Well, shit. All right, y'all, get him. Will be my free action of speaking, but very pointedly starting with the all shit under his breath first. And then I am going to try to sync up and steal the powers from Sir Brute, because of the two anomalies that I sensed, he was the more overtly and immediately dangerous. So he needs to roll Fortitude against a Weaken Will effect. It is a DC 20 Weaken Will.
You said how much? It was a minus what?
He rolls Fortitude against a DC 20.
That's a
Okay.
pass.
All right, so his will is not weakened. Now he rolls will against DC 20 for the actual power thing. And I have to make a roll to resist some damage.
Against
and I'm
DC 20, you said? Okay, well, it's got an
so-
18.
1 degree of success. His powers are impaired. He gets a -2 on the D20 rolls for anything that he's doing with his powers.
Actually, give me a second here. All right, that is a 20. It has changed miraculously.
Okay.
Out of character, his friends are giving him a reroll.
I don't remember what happens if you exactly meet the DC of an attack like this.
Oh, okay.
I think it's nothing happens, right? Because it's DC 20 and he rolled a 20, so I think nothing happens.
Right. Oh, yes, if it's to resist. Yeah, nothing happens.
If the roller meets.
All right, and then I have to resist the damage because it didn't work, but I am also fine. So, all right, that was my move action and my standard action. And for the record, that free action of everybody get him is going to be me spending one of my 3 luck points for the round. Is Silhouette nearby? Like, did he track us all the way in here?
Yeah,
I have forgotten.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, we're going to go with Guishin, Silhouette, and Mags. Or no, actually, just kidding. It's an AoE, so everybody. It still counts as 1 use of the power. So yeah, all 4 of you on your next roll.
Is this your luck power that you just got?
Yes. This is the...
Unless
which
you
again,
also...
it's not really a power. It's just kind of a skill check, but yeah.
I feel like if you took the area effect, is that what you're talking about?
Yes, I bought the selective area of effect.
Okay, so it is selective.
The teammates
okay.
Yes, so the teammates that hear my order of, y'all get them, will just get a little bit extra aggression on these opening attacks.
I was going to be really excited because if you didn't take the selective one, then everybody was going to get it.
I don't fuck up like that, Chad.
All right, then.
My feelings are hurt.
All right.
But yeah, everybody gets a free reroll on their next attack rolls. And it counts as a hero point reroll type of thing, where if you roll less than a 10, like you add 10 to it, yada yada yada. So there we go. Let's start stronger than I just did with this guy making his defense rolls against me.
Silhouette. You are unnoticed as of yet.
Right, but other than the lady dodging the punch and the big guy throwing the punch, he's not quite... And he didn't spot the 2 person in the background earlier, so he's not quite sure like who's into that and who's not. Doesn't want to just end up eating civilians. Not yet. So he's just going to use his singular blast from this dark corner to blast that big man.
Okay. You are missing.
I'm gonna use that reroll right away.
Still missed.
God damn.
Well, but he rolled a what? Like the actual roll itself was less than 10, so it adds 10 to the roll, right?
Yeah, because you can't roll a 1 to 9. It instead counts as an 11 to 19.
So that's a 27.
Yeah.
Okay.
Surprising aggression from an unexpected angle.
Yeah.
Roll again and take the lesser of the 2.
Damn it. It would be 26 instead of 27 then.
Is that a critical one though?
It is.
Then you always miss on a critical one or on a natural one.
Even if you used a hero point?
That's a good question. I'm willing to let you have it in the meantime if somebody wouldn't mind looking it up because I don't know the answer.
I'm scrolling through the PDF as we speak.
All right, so what's the DC?
Give me a second.
And is it, I assume, toughness, but if not, then let me know.
It is toughness. The DC is 28.
All right, that is 2 levels of failure. So he is...
Yeah, it just says on a result of 1 through 10, add 10 to the result.
Okay, it says 1 through 10.
Remains,
All right, then you're good. Then he has a -1 circumstance penalty to all further checks against damaged, and he is dazed, meaning that he can only take 1 standard next turn. Did you want to move anywhere, or are you comfortable in the shadows?
I guess, yeah, he's going to stay in the shadows where he is because it gives him his bonus because he's in his favored in.
Okay. Gloriana is going to take her turn now. She is going to open up and attack... well, she's going to attack Silhouette. Because that sort of thing she does not want to have loose. Does a 23 hit your dodge?
Does... What kind of attack is...
That is magic, sir.
So I guess it's gonna affect insubstantial.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not light, so it's not. This particular
does it
one.
have the affect insubstantial extra? That's basically my question.
This does.
At the level 2?
You're gonna make me
It's
look.
only half the effect. Well, yeah.
It has effects incorporeal 1.
So I would be affected only at half its power level.
Alrighty. Still
but
affected.
My dodge or parry DC is 13, so I take the hit.
Alrighty. So then you're going up against I guess a DC 15 then?
Remember the 15 damage part is base. So then it's got an effect of plus 15, like for her power, it looks like.
Yeah.
So I would half the plus 15 part from her power.
Ah, right.
Not half the total.
So DC 22. Thank you, sir.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I was like, oh, all right.
Otherwise, you're making it like effect 0 function.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So that's 5.
yeah.
So that's, I still think just 1. If I'm 1 to 5. So
I believe that's what we
minus
decided.
1 circumstance penalty to further damage. That hurt you. It wasn't particularly stinging like light would be, but it solidly affected you in a way that you weren't expecting.
He growls creepily.
Next up, can you guys see this? I have the picture of the ball going on 17 for some reason. So you guys can appreciate that.
Everybody continues dancing and playing music and having
everybody
escapades.
At this moment in the comic book, there starts to be sort of cutting back to all the weird stuff that's going on in different parts of the mansion, just to juxtapose the violence and the other wanton destruction and excess that's going on in other parts. The Baroness is going to go next. The lady that's in the back with the pistol is going to take a shot. I think she has sensed what's going on, and so she's going to take a shot at Bootleg.
Yeah, there's the clear ripples of energy around him as he tries to sync up his aura with sweaty McHairy balls and stuff. So it's a visible power.
So she's going to use her shootery on you.
That's cool. I'm sure I'll be fine.
That's a 16.
I'm just kidding.
But I don't think that's going to hit, so I'm probably going to try again.
Yes, my dodge right now, I'm DC 18 to be hit.
How about a 31?
Oh, so close.
Wow.
Yeah, okay, you got me.
All right, DC 20, because you got shot with a pistol, with a gun, sir. She's not. This isn't a comic book anymore. This is real life.
Shit got serious. Oh, good. There's a nice fucking picture.
You are shot,
Well,
sir.
I mean, in fairness, he's he's not like superhumanly tough right now, and I'm not wearing my variance gear with its modicum of armor. So yeah, I just got fucking shot in the spleen. by
Dazed
somebody.
and -1.
Yep.
Lord Ruthven, it's his turn. So you look back, and for his standard action, he's gonna very dramatically kick the doors open and announce that you have made a vile enemy of the Brimstone Court, and you will live to regret it. And the other guy with the knives is going to also take a swipe at Bootleg.
What the? Man. It's fine.
You just got one of those faces.
Y'all haters.
All right, I got you.
Reroll.
Oh, never mind.
Suck it.
19. So.
That is a miss. Because I'm currently rocking a mildly enhanced physicality package from hanging out with Takedown and Mags all the time. So, they need a 20 to hit me and make...
Bleh. All right, fine then. Miss. So a knife flies past your face, very nearly missing you, but kind of unsettling that a big, huge, fat knife would just fly past your face. And you look over to see him throwing his jacket to one side, and there are plenty more where that came from. Cool. Next up is the mass of gritty dirt skin filth that was in a blob on the corner. And Guishin, looks like this mass is shooting towards you.
It's not touching me. That's a win.
Oh no!
Hey, good luck, buddy.
And mounds of creepy sand-colored skinticles try to wrap themselves around you.
Oh god.
Does the skin?
Horrifying.
Well, I don't like
17.
that, and so I definitely dodge out of the way of that.
Is this considered an attack? It's like a power.
Yeah, it's an attack. Attack first,
All
and
right.
then a power.
I would like to use interpose to put myself between Guishin and the
It was gonna
tentacle
miss him,
monster.
but since you
That's
say
okay.
it, well,
I'll do it anyway.
it's another
I
comic
didn't-
trope
I didn't
of throwing
know
yourself
he
in
was
front of
doing
people
it.
who are gonna
Yeah.
dodge anyway. All right, does a 17 hit you? Does a 17 hit your dodge?
Take
Oh,
down.
my dodge, definitely not. My dodge is 20. So.
Okay. So
No,
nobody gets hit.
So
Yeah,
you kind of interpose, but then he flies past anyway, and then flies past Quishin.
I like to think that I interpose with my speed. I knock his tentacles away.
His skinticles. Thank you very much. Should we put an adult demarcation on the front of this episode? Like, hey, everybody, listen. There's some pretty weird stuff. you may not want to listen to this
we
one.
got weird.
This is Variant's dark anime version.
Variants After Dark. Let's do magnitude. We're back to you again. Actually, I guess Guishin should probably go before magnitude.
Yes, go ahead.
All right. So, well, I'm going to take some movement and elevate myself a couple of feet above the ground, and I'm going to go ahead and extend a hand at each of Tweedledee and Tweedledum, or Baron and Baroness, if you will, and go ahead and unleash the full might of my Quantum Blast upon them.
So, exactly which freaky two?
The two in the corner.
Two.
The one that shot you and the one that threw knives at you.
Okay, so Pistol Gal and I'm just saying, like, you know, we've got lots of weird titles and fetishes on display tonight.
You're right.
All right, so and with that, he blasts and yells out, "Nice!"
Blasts out and fails twice in the
Except-
same spectacular fashion.
Except Except,
Wow.
No,
luck
wait,
is with him.
stop. Just let us soak in the fact that you just rolled double ones.
2 ones at the same time. That is
Flying up.
Yeah.
I unleash the full power
for you.
of failure.
Now the good news is he gets to re-roll them.
Yes. So here we go.
One of the two, because it's just like your next roll, so you get to re-roll one.
And my luck re-rolls the other one.
All right, so you're gonna use your luck on top of this. So yeah, sure.
That's right. Because there we go. So this one was a this is a 22 and a 28. And he yells out, "World Star, motherfucker!"
All right. Which was which?
So I'm gonna just go Baroness and Baron. So Baroness 22, Baron 18.
Both miss.
Okay.
But
So we missed with a 28.
I thought he said 22 and 18.
22 and 28.
Oh, sorry. The 28 will hit.
It's like if he misses with a 28, I'm gonna jump out a window and just jog off down the street.
Okay, and those say DC 30, but those should be DC 25s.
Okay. And you said the 28 was to who?
To Baron, who
All right.
has the knives.
Right on. And this is against toughness?
Yes, so 25 is the DC on toughness. Well, that's.
I feel like
so
that might
he's-
not be right. Hold on.
So I didn't. He stands there and looks at.
I feel like my result of 65
Yeah, I
might be a
feel
little
like that-
skewed.
That feels wrong.
I don't think he has a plus 50 toughness, or if he does, he's like a power level 30 character. And once again, I'm just jumping out a window and trotting off down the
There
street.
you go. 16. So you got 9 on that one. So that's 2 levels of failure. He is now at a -1 and dazed for next turn. And now we're back to magnitude.
You said that there's one of those marble pillars. Here.
Yes.
I'm gonna pick one up
I
and
have a
use
bat.
it to swing at Gloriata.
All right. You are very aware, by the way, that nobody has tried to attack you yet.
Oh, I know. I know. That's why I'm pushing my luck with it.
Okay. Sounds good. That's a miss.
Yep. I'm
You'll
gonna keep
get
trying
your-
while I'm angry.
You've got the reroll from the leadership thing, because you didn't use yours yet.
True. Does that work?
Still a miss.
Of course.
Yeah, what's the actual die roll in that? The 13 is
good
the
call.
die roll, right?
She's got a +6, so I
Okay.
think
Yeah,
that's
so
what that is.
yep, no extra plus 10s.
All right. Takedown. You're back up.
Alright. Definitely don't want to touch the tentacle monster, so I'm going to go back for Mr. Bear.
Skinticles.
No, I don't. I'm not saying that.
I'm not saying.
That is disgusting. So I'm just gonna zip over there and hit him. I'll try to give him a good roundhouse kick. Pew, 20.
Who are you targeting again?
Who I'm calling
Oh,
the bear.
the bear?
The bear
Okay.
in a speedo. The Baron, I think it was his name.
Sir Brute.
No, yeah, this is
Sir Brute. Oh,
Sir-
sorry, Sir Brute.
Yes, that'll hit.
You've heard of Pedo Bear. Here's his brother, Speed Bear.
I didn't want that at all.
And this is toughness.
Yeah, toughness. I apologize. Oh shit.
He completely denies you. You thump him, and he just sort of gets this look on his face like, more. Arr.
So you guys are just a couple of wrestlers like no selling each other's attacks.
And to respond to that, Sir Brute is going to throw a haymaker in your direction. Having just absorbed your punch, he is going to give you a brutal assault of his own. Does a 22 hit?
Oh yeah. Oh it.
All right, DC 26.
All right. Ooh, 24. He gets me.
Were you at -1 already, or no? You totally didn't do anything last time, or he did, right?
Yeah. No, I soaked it last time.
Okay, so now you're just at -1 from now on.
Okay.
All right, next up is Bootleg, Mr. Leg.
Yes, I am down an action this round, so I can only do my power drain. I would have to wait and allocate the points later, but I still feel like draining the power from Sir Brute is the way to go. So once again, that ripple in the air will shimmer around me, and I will try to sync up my aura with whatever musky anomaly aura he's got going right now.
I cannot wait to describe what you look like after you've absorbed a good amount of Sir Brute.
No, keep in mind, I get to decide where the power goes. So I can just make
You have to put it all
super
towards
hairy or something. So he needs to make a fortitude save, DC 20, for the weaken will effect.
31.
All right, then. He needs to make a will save against DC 20 for the actual power theft.
Well, he's not going to get that one, so 2.
All right, so 1 degree of success. That's the impaired level. He gets a -2 on powers-related checks and rolls. And for the record, that gets me 1/3 of my power bank to use towards mimicry or boosting. But because I'm dazed, I'm a little distracted by the bullet in my ribs right now. So you just kind of see an extra ripple around Bootleg as he's drawing in the guy's power, but he's not quite as quick on the draw at allocating that extra genetic anomaly stuff. So that's all I got this turn.
Silhouette, you're up.
Silhouette is not very happy about the guy who shot at him.
That was Queen Gloriana.
Oh, that's the queen. Oh.
She perceived you to probably be the biggest threat. And how she was able to determine that is a mystery, but she seemed like she made the right call.
I don't like that call. Does she have any of her friends in the 30-foot radius?
Yeah, everybody is within 30 feet of each other. It's a melee. It's a brawl.
Okay, I'm gonna try and use my shapeable area of effect to affect the queen principally, but pretty much every bad guys I can without getting my friends in.
Is the power selective?
Let me have a...
I'm just going to go ahead and say yes.
I mean,
don't
even if
think
not,
it's selective. It's shapeable, though.
Okay,
so
perfect.
it just comes down to how precisely he can lay the templates down without a battle map and stuff.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, then they have to first of all resist the first attack, which is the DC 23 for damage.
Toughness.
Oh, yep.
And this is getting everybody, right? That's what I'm hearing.
Well, you tell me. I got 30 feet cubic that I can affect and I can shoot. So I'm not quite sure the positions of everyone, but if I can get everybody.
Yeah, the shapeable AoE is kind of one that is built around fighting around a combat map type of thing, but yeah.
Alrighty. By the way, was flinging my
Yeah.
fly swatter around like all day, and then just landed on my chest, and I went like this, and I got him. So stupid flies out of my life.
Good for you.
Yeah. I feel like Silhouette right now, just crushing my enemies.
Well, you
Alright.
gotta make these fortitude rolls.
Yes, I'm gonna make them right now. Don't tell me what to do. All right, this is the queen.
All right.
You said DC what?
23.
The queen passes.
Boo.
Sir Brute does not.
Suck it.
The Duke, you said 20,
3.
23? Okay, so 1 on the Duke. Oh, geez. Striker took a hit. Oh, man. Lord Ruthven took a hit. And Baroness.
Also, a quick note. I don't know where the Brute's defenses come from, but if his toughness is genetic anomaly in nature, he had an extra -2, which would make it another degree of failure.
Yes, I altered his stuff by 2 on his character sheet.
Okay, you already did it?
Yeah.
Never mind. Just wanted to try and, get every advantage we can so we can stop touching these sweaty people that much more quickly.
Okay, so Duke H, Baron, and Baroness are going to get some rerolls. So Duke got his reroll and he saved it. The Baron did not. And the Baroness did not either. Alright, so it looks like Brute and Baron and Baroness are all going to take looks like one level, but the Brute I think got a 7, if I'm not mistaken.
So, what kind of creepiness is going on, by the way? 'Cause I know you recently had some power upgrades and stuff. Let's make things awkward in the room for a nice change of pace.
All right. Let's make them, even worse now.
So what does that mean?
Everybody's... Okay, so there's going to be other roles for those who have been affected to do afterward, but for now, everybody's shadow seems to change shape and splitting in these tentacles and mouth. And sometimes like more defined face than before. It almost looks like a dragon, and they start biting on people and chewing and drawing blood. They're not like slapping them or choking them. No, they're going for blood and start shredding skin and as much as possible, grinding against it. And now they go for the eyes. So I need you to do a bunch of DC 15 against the blindness.
All right. I forgot to roll again for Lord Ruthven. He failed his roll again, so it's Lord Ruthven, Sir Brute, Baron, and Baroness. So this one's for Lord Ruthven. Is this toughness again?
No, this one is willpower.
All right. Sir Brute. The 19.
That's good.
What's my DC on? What am I looking for?
15.
Okay, so Sir Brute passes. Lord Ruthven. 18, he passes. Baron Striker. Ah! 24,
wow.
that passes.
Those skinticles are actually winticles.
And Baroness. 21, they all pass.
All right, and let's not bother with the movement attack, because that's basically for when someone's unconscious. The DC is 11, so I don't want to clog this with more.
Alrighty. Then next up would be Queen Gloriana, who sees what you're doing and is not a fan of your madness. So she is going to
Seduction roll.
Yeah. Why don't you make a will roll for me, Silhouette?
I don't like that, so I might use a hero point for a reroll.
It's not a bad time. Not gonna lie.
I feel like whatever she's making somebody do with a will roll, a 14's not what we want.
Yeah, so I got an 18. It's a little better.
So you are the victim of mind control, at least attempted mind control, but your will was such that you weren't quite as affected as she wanted you to be. So instead of being compelled to act in her favor, instead you are just dazed and entranced, which means you are stunned. You can only pay attention to what is entrancing you, meaning her. If anybody attacks you, or if any allies interact with you, then you can roll a skill check, DC 19 to break free. So the next time something happens to you, you need a 19 to break free, a will check. Other than that, you don't do nothing.
Silhouette was laughing at his marvelous display of gore and power, and then he just quietly stopped. And his shadowy head kind of nods to the...
You just see her like standing there, a vision of loveliness within your horror show around her, and it was just so compelling.
Yeah, this may be the first time ever since you've gotten your powers that someone has controlled you and compelled you and prevented you from going as you please and doing what you want. So I assume the feeling is not to your liking.
Well, right now he's just feeling whatever she makes him feel to keep him that way, but he's not going to be happy when he wakes up.
The Baroness is not a fan of being shot with quantum failure, and so she's going to shoot Guishin.
Oh, bring it.
With her gun.
Yes, good luck with that.
I would like to impose again.
Shootery! All right.
Yes, why don't you go ahead and interpose?
Now would be a good time.
That's great.
Grecian's all talking shit. Good luck with that. Yeah, okay, now somebody else needs to take the shot.
Would not impose
She's
for
got a gun!
The tentacles again, but a bullet I can take.
All right, well then you take it. Resist a DC 20.
Uh-oh.
Oh, damn.
Oh, look at that! She just full on goes Wonder Woman. She's like, bing! And just grabs the bullet out of the air. Maybe does a little flourish and kind of flings it up into the air.
I will toss it to Guishin and then run back to the
Here's a
the
souvenir.
man.
Nice.
Lord Ruthven, after making that fantastic entrance, all of a sudden moves with incredible speed, and he's going to try to claw Bootleg from behind. Since he made such a ridiculously large entrance, I'm not going to give him a flat-footed bonus. I'm pretty sure everybody's aware that he was there. 17. I reckon that's not going to work.
To clarify, it's a melee attack, not like a...
Yeah, melee.
Okay, I'm just clawing could be from across the room with weird powers and shit. But no, that is a miss.
All right.
I will turn around and kind of backpedal just out of range.
What about 29?
Oh, just a bit outside. Okay, that hit by 9.
All right, 23. Just so you're, like, I guess, Bootleg, the first couple of times you sensed it, because you did sense their powers, you are getting a pretty good sense that things are being manipulated here on a really weird level. Like, they are doing better than they should be doing, and it seems artificial.
Yeah, I just figured there's a lot of weirdness going on in this place. Not sure just who to pin it on. But I figure, regardless of all that, our plan needs to be like punching people until the problem goes away.
But you know that woman in the corner has luck powers. You know that.
Yeah, he does know that.
Right. But we also know there's like illusions going on, and we know that this chick's a mid-level fighter mage, and so like all kinds of weirdness is up. I failed by 2, so it's another -1 on my toughness rolls.
I think you failed by 3, unless you've already entered that in.
Yeah, I already factored in the -1 on
Okay, cool, right on. Next up is the Baron, and again, he doesn't like being failed at, so he's going to throw a knife at Guishin.
Well, he wasn't failed at, so he can throw his knife at someone else.
Like, for the record, I want to point out that, like, all I've been doing is looking at someone real hard, and I've gotten shot, knives thrown at me, and now clawed by someone. And I just feel like that's not very fair. Reverse racism is real.
Okay.
Bootleg as a cis white guy is the real victim here.
I feel like that makes me want to have everybody attack you.
Well, right, because this whole thing is just me trying to take one for the team. You're welcome, everybody.
I feel like that's Takedown's job, and you're taking her agency away. Nonetheless, I'm going to attack Guishin, if that's okay with you.
Whatever.
Knife!
Oh, no!
I'm pretty sure 30's going to hit, so DC 23.
23? DC 23, so I gotta roll something to not get murdered with the DC 23. A toughness?
Can I interpose again, or is that only once per combat?
I assume it's only once, because you can't just do that, right? You can't just run around and do it all the time.
It's once per round.
Once per round. Okay, that's fine.
Unless you wanted to do an extra effort, I would let you do another one.
What's an extra effort?
It allows you to perform feats beyond even your amazing ability. You just declare that you're doing an extra effort, like as a free action, and then you can use one of the following benefits: gain an additional standard action, perform a check with a bonus of +2, increase your power effects by 1, increase your speed rank by 1, gain an alternative effect. Gain an immediate resistance check.
Doesn't Guishin have a force field?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna leave it to this one. I was thinking my interpose has something to do with my movement, but I think that's my
that was
takedown quality. Yeah.
But anyway, you can do any of those things with an extra effort. It's kind of like a hero point in some ways, but if you use an extra effort at the start of the next turn, immediately after you use it, you become fatigued. And if you already are fatigued, then you become exhausted, and if you're exhausted, then you basically fall down.
Oh, that's very cool. Now let him deal with this knife.
Extra effect is kind of cool. Like if you have a power that's like a flame power, right? And you're like, well, I want to go Nova or something like that. I'm gonna use my extra effort to gain an alternate effect that I can only use once, for example. All right, go ahead, Guishin.
All right, here we go. No! It hits me.
All right. Since I believe that you had already had a -1, correct? Or does that include it?
What?
Didn't I already hit you with something?
No.
No? Okay.
Never have I ever been hit by a thing here.
Gotcha. Well then, now you have, and you take one -1 circumstance penalty to all further checks against damage.
No.
Yeah, boy. Next, it's the Duke. The Duke is going to attack Guishin with his skinticles. God, that word is so fun to say.
I'm glad you're pleased.
So soggy flakes of dirty filth in the form of skin shoot out at you.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Skinticles rolled a 26.
Wow. DC 26? That is sad. Well, I guess we'll have to see what happens. I'd probably eat it.
Oh man! Hey, reroll
Back
that.
off, Skitticles!
Reroll that.
Hey, can I counter that with my own luck?
Yes.
So, I don't reroll it?
Correct.
Alright, good to go.
Which is too bad because I really wanted you to. I really
And then
wanted you to get punished by the
I'm gonna look
Skitticles.
really hard at at somebody.
Take your pick. It's Magnitude's turn now.
Okay. I'm starting to get really frustrated. Because Gloriana keeps dodging me. So we've got the shooting girl in the corner, and we've got Knife Guy, and then we've got the other flashy dude and Skinticles dude.
Yes.
And big, hairy,
and
sweaty guy.
Cerbrute.
Okay.
Like,
Where is the annoying flashy guy in comparison to where I am right now?
The annoying flashy guy?
He tried to claw Bootleg in the back.
Oh, Lord
He
Ruthven?
succeeded.
He's right
Yeah.
behind you.
He clawed me. I'm bleeding more. There was clawing successful.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right behind Bootleg.
And where is that compared to me? Because I'm right in front of Gloriana.
You guys were like right next to each other. You're all like in a
Okay.
little circle.
Then I'm gonna try to grab him and literally just like yeet him across the room. Because he's so annoying. I'm just like so frustrated. What do we need to roll for that?
You're gonna take Lord Ruthven and try to throw him?
Improvised weapon, would that work?
No.
I think
I'm just gonna
probably
say.
started
Can I
with
try to
the
hit
grab.
somebody else with him?
I'm just gonna say, go ahead and roll a normal melee, and we'll start there.
Well, I have my power punch, my improvised weapon, maybe just my metabolized energy.
There's,
you're grabbing
there's
him, it's
rules
just
for
a melee
grabs.
attack.
I don't really feel like using them, so how about you make a basic attack roll, and I'll make a basic attack roll, and
Okay.
we'll kind of see who wins. Are you happy with that?
I am not.
Do you have a reroll?
You
No,
can
I
spend
think I
a hero
used it,
point
didn't
or
I?
something.
Oh yeah, actually, can I?
Use the one I gave you.
There's also the one I gave
Can I
you.
use a hero point? I don't think that one counted. Did that?
You have a hero point left if you want to use it. That's what I'm saying.
No, I know, but Danny said that he gave me one.
Yes, I gave who one.
You did not. You did not defeat the stream boss, sir.
Oh, is that
Yeah.
not what's going on?
You donated some, but it wasn't enough to defeat the stream boss.
Okay, well.
I mean,
I
I
will
would
use my
say,
hero point.
yeah, you've been role playing your character as like completely loser
Oh,
shit
you know
at
what?
these people.
I
and
actually
being
gave you a hero
frustrated,
point
so, like,
for being frustrated too. Yeah.
Oh right, I forgot about that. That was even worse. Oh, sorry,
no,
I clicked the wrong button.
because, well, no, a reroll with a hero point, you can't roll that 9 that you rolled. It counts as a 19 instead. So it was a
Ew.
25.
Does it matter that I clicked the wrong button and use them?
I mean,
I feel like they're basically the same, but it doesn't matter. You would have hit it anyway.
they're both +6s. It looks like, right?
So you
Am I reading
you pick him
Bible?
up. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Okay.
So you pick him up and you want to just throw him.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna say that the damage there is a improvised weapon. So DC 27.
And I'm rolling improvised weapon for that.
No,
Ouch.
he has to roll to resist the damage.
No, I was just taking the damage effect from the improvised weapon. So that's 12, which means he failed by 3 degrees. He has a -1 penalty to further damage, and he is staggered now. So he's dazed and he moves slow. And if that happens to him again, he's out of the match.
That felt good.
Yeah, so you absolutely, he hit his noggin on one of the very nice pedestals in the back of the room, and this bronze bust fell on top of his head. And
I'm going to use my react for the round to give everyone another wave of good luck. And I'll be like, focus fire, we gotta take somebody down. And like point at the guy that's like sitting on the floor, but just everybody on their next rolls is gonna get to do that luck reroll thing.
Okay, so Bootleg tells everybody to focus on Lord Ruthven and gives everybody else...
Focus fire, take somebody down. So.
Does
I
that
thought you
count
said-
as an interaction with Silhouette?
Yes, it does. So if you want to make an automatic will check at DC 19...
And you just got a luck reroll on your next roll.
On my next roll, just this one.
Yes,
All right.
which could be this one.
I'm gonna use it.
Wow.
There you go.
Bow.
Yeah, so you break free. You realize immediately that you have been hornswoggled to some extent. So I'm sure that won't upset you at all. Guishin.
It's my turn again? Wow.
If
All
I'm
right.
not mistaken.
I thought takedown goes before him.
Oh, no. I went and then... Did I... Well, no. Okay,
Guishin
yeah, I
goes
think I go.
last in every round.
I haven't gone a second time, so that is certainly a thing. So I'm going to go ahead and... Yeah, I mean, Bootleg said to hit the vampire, so that's what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we're going to do that.
Smoking. Oh wait, I was looking at Silhouette's roll. Yeah, that was right.
Your notes are hilarious.
So, wait, there's bonuses here. First of all, so that's not a 17. That should be a 19, and then he's got like staggered bonuses or something that makes him not as dodgy, or does that add to my stuff? That takes away from his stuff, huh?
He has a -1 to his rolls.
Okay.
But
Nothing else.
that's just toughness rolls, I think.
Oh.
So
Okay,
if
well,
if that
I was
does not hit, you've got the reroll.
yeah, I was greatly inspired by my leader.
He has a
so-
19.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I'm sorry,
this is-
20.
Well, oh, I was about to say I hit with a 19, but I don't hit with a 20.
You can re-roll if you'd like.
I did.
Oh.
Hold on, you get to add 10 because it was a reroll. It can't be a single digit roll.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. So it's a 27 now. Oh, because I rolled a 5. Yep, there it goes.
Oh, all right. There you go. You hit.
We need a reroll button.
Okay, Lord Ruthven, I'm going to hit the button. Just keep in mind that this is I need to apply a -1 after. So it's a 15. So that makes it up to 10 points. So he's at another -1 now. So he's at a -2. And he's not anything else other than he was. He's still staggered. Takedown, your go.
Yeah, I am going to attack the vampire, as we have so named him. Break off from Bear Man for a minute.
He's this vampire.
Yeah, I was trying to remember the attack effect that I want to do. Well, I don't know. He's been tough to hit, hasn't he? I'm going to just do an attack as normal. I was thinking about doing special attack. but
On
I'm
Lord
just gonna-
Ruthven?
Yeah, Lord Ruthven. So I'm just gonna run in and try to, like, as I should blast it from the front, like, drop kicking from behind. We'll see how this goes.
I feel like people who are on the ground, right? Do you get a bonus for hitting people that are staggered? No, I
If
guess
you're
not.
melee?
I mean, if I need to use it, I have a
No.
vertical leap.
All right. Well,
So I can
he
leap 500 feet in the air.
he has a 20 for his parry. So
Can I do that reroll?
yeah.
I'll do that. I'm not happy with 18,
Boom.
so 28.
By the way, guys, this is how you use hero points. You come up against creatures that are way tougher than you, so you need to use your hero points just to kind of get in there. So make sure you're playing your characters right, so you get hero points and lots of them. Or I guess you could just wait for Bootleg to throw them out like candy.
Yeah, no, that seems easier. We keep watching chat.
They're single-use hero points that can only do the one thing, but I feel like they were points well spent.
So Lord Ruthven is at a -2 right now, so I'm going to apply -2 to this roll. Oh my goodness, no way!
Suck it.
That was such an easy roll to make, too. But the 9 becomes a 7, so that's 4 points still. So another -1.
Gotta be out.
No, he's not out yet.
Oh no, yeah, it's DC 25.
Yeah, he's.
Oh, I'm seeing DC 11. Am I?
Yeah, it's DC 25. Somehow.
Why are there 2 DCs there?
I don't know why it's in the notes instead of the effect. But yeah, like she's like strength 10, and the base melee damage is 15. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
something's off.
Okay, well, if it's DC 25,
Sorry.
then Ruthven is definitely out.
Yeah, I mean Cassie's not very familiar with Roll20 or anything. She probably just put it in.
I didn't try to reprogram the sheet or anything, though.
Either way, Lord Ruthven is out. He gets knocked cold. And apparently Sir Brute did not care for that turn of events. So he is going to follow you on your heels and punch you right in the back with a brutal assault. 28. And you're at -1 already, I believe.
I should be regenerating.
Oh, well then...
Every round I get to regenerate 1, so...
Okay, then carry on.
Yeah.
And hopefully you'll just roll really low.
You gotta say, Rusty.
Again, I don't know where his totals are coming from or if it's already factored in, but don't forget the -2 because his powers are impaired.
Yep. That's, like I said, I already altered his sheet. So.
Okay. So, all right, I guess you just kind of gotta suck it up, Cassie.
Yep.
No, it's
DC
fine,
25
it's
or
all good.
26. sorry.
35.
Oh
Or
my!
not.
She
Excuse
just
me,
gets
sir.
hit right in the back, and she's like, "Man, are we playing this tickle game again?"
Can we not?
Not into Barris.
Sir Brute and Takedown are just doing this weird dance where nobody's hurting anybody. But
The hairs along your knuckles offend me.
Bootleg.
Right. I'm still trying to tilt this fight in our favor by soaking up the juices of the most powerful enemy genetic anomaly. So once again, I will try to sync my aura with Sir Brute the Sweaty. So that is a DC 20 Fortitude save. Because it starts with a weaken will effect.
Dude.
All right, and then it is a DC 20 will save.
Alright, I missed by 2 levels that time.
All right, I soak the damage of him resisting my initial one because I have like psychic backlash stuff. But he misses by 7. That's 2 degrees of success. And the actual weaken on mine is a cumulative. So it now counts as though he has failed by 3. So he just has transformed powerless.
He's powerless? He's...
Yes.
Okay.
So like physicals drop to the normal human characteristic maximum type of thing. Yeah, it should. I mean, he still looked like a pretty big dude and stuff, but I'm hoping that will have.
Well, he does shrink
tilted
quite a
things.
bit. His hair remains, but he doesn't quite. Oh no, he doesn't quite fill out his Speedo anymore. And so
Don't make it weird. You're making it weird.
This whole episode has been weird.
right. It's Silver Age, and so he becomes embarrassed, and sort of now he's got one hand holding his Speedo on.
All right.
What did you think was going to happen? Jeez.
And
It's a Silver Age comic book, Rusty.
And as my move action, I am going to use Anomaly Mimicry, and I get 45 points of powers possessed by the Catalyst. which includes the quirk, takes on visible characteristics of the catalog. Because that's feeling really worth the 1 character point it got me right now. But yes, Bootleg is going to get
Bootleg is all
45
hairy and
ish
brutish.
of swole. Yeah.
But
I
hairy
turn
in
into
particular, like
Bootleg-
really hairy.
Yeah. I turn into Bootleg the half ogre. But in case he had any regeneration or whatever, that should help me out some. And even if not, if motherfuckers keep shooting and stabbing and clawing me, I'm hoping this will boost my toughness at least enough to make up for me not wearing my armor.
Regen 2.
Okay. Cool. I will do the math on that, and then other stats will come up as needed from stealing his physicality.
And also swinging and sure-footed and emotional control 6.
Is that where I was worried swinging was going, just for the record.
By the way, swinging is not a power. It's just a proclivity.
It's a trait. It's his responsibility. This is sad.
Silhouette. Go ahead.
Yeah, just let me know if I get shot and stabbed and stuff again with any stat enhancements he should have. Or if you've got a file handy and you want to just drag and drop it into Discord, I can steal stuff. Whatever works for you, bro.
Okie dokie. I'll see if I can do that quickly. Otherwise, Silhouette.
Yeah, like I said, I'm fine with tackling it as it comes up.
Silhouette is gonna shake his head, coming back from his traumatic experience. He's not happy about it. I say, "Dwarves will pay you!" And he's gonna get his shadows involved again, so another boogeyman attack that everyone has to dodge. And that unconscious guy on the floor is gonna get eaten.
Lord Ruthven?
Oh yeah. He's not being like, yeah, he's part of the people getting attacked.
He is not being left out of the AoE. Was that some angry French, by the way?
Yes, it was.
Can you translate for us, just so we know, like how?
You're gonna pay.
That's fair. That's fair.
Bootleg, I dropped Sir Brute into the Discord.
Cool, got it, man.
Oh yeah, roll them toughness.
All right, so you are eating Lord Ruthven as your action, or are you doing something to everybody?
I'm basically doing my area of effect.
The AoE, okay,
attack, but eating is part of that attack. Actually, it's the thing that I didn't get you to roll earlier because it's very weak. It's just a movement power attack that teleports him to another dimension.
Okay.
But yeah, DC 23.
I'm going to do a little hand wavium right now since we're at the end of the episode. And I'm going to say that, well, let me ask you guys, do you want to continue this fight, like pick this up where we leave off right now? Or do you want to like do a little thematic narrative to end it?
I mean, I feel like, without knowing the stats of the other bad guys, like it's kind of a cool way to close out an issue of a comic book for like the kind of like shadow tainted guy to slip loose of the leash and then just like flood the room with shadows, and like we don't know how awful that's gonna be. And also, what if the AoE is like spilling out into the rest of the mansion and shit? Like, who knows? You know, so like I feel like ending it on like that rushing attack is pretty dramatic and like classic Marvel bullshit there, if you ask me.
I will agree.
I'm okay with whatever. Honestly, I think both have their merits.
Right, I feel like we've been having some good back and forth and being able to stretch our powers out a bit, so that the fight's kind of fun. But Cassie, did you have an idea?
No, I'm all for Rusty's idea. I like that one.
Okay, well then that's what we'll do. Thomas, describe what everybody sees as shadow fills the entire room and spills out into the hallway.
Oh, okay. So I guess he's going full on. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna crank your power up to maybe about double what you intended, as if you had used an extra effort at your full power. because this thing that was done to you, this taking of your will and pushing you and trapping you, has dislodged something in you and has caused you to snap a little bit.
You could maybe also cause him to get a hero point.
Yeah, give yourself a hero point.
All right. Well, the shadows, just like earlier, they start like moving and creating these things around the people, and they start attacking. But then it seems to like split around just a little bit, like flowing water. And the mouths and eyes are multiplying, and it just crawls up the wall, go through bust open the door, and start like flowing in the corridor, a little bit like the elevator scene in The Shining. With the blood, but it's just all dark matter with like faces and eyes and stuff that starts rushing down the corridors. And there's a lot of screaming and people being ripped apart in this flow of dark water. Especially in this room where everyone in there that's not the variants are getting turned to shreds, and like different parts of the shadows are fighting over bits and parts, and it's very gruesome and terrible.
And then we'll fade to black as issue number 5 comes to a close. Hey, thanks everybody for being here. This is one of my favorite episodes, actually. I have to say, in terms of weird descriptions and weird turns. Everybody else, anything you want to say as we close out?
Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody, and sharing in the hours and hours of body horror.
Yeah, thanks for getting weird with us, guys.
That was
I think we should have just pushed over one of those statues to the backyard next time.
Yeah, just skip ahead to that. Hey, Opti, real quick, what are those things called that they attacked us with?
No, don't say it again.
What are those called? The Baron?
Duke Husker?
Or the Duke?
Yeah,
the Duke?
he was attacking you with skinticles.
Oh!
Why?
We'll end there. We won't know the fate of the Brimstone Court until next time. Maybe not even next time. We'll just have to see where it goes. In the meantime, make sure that you check out Rusty as he leads a band in Westeros for the Sea of Spears. I don't believe that's this Sunday, right? But
we did it yesterday.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 13 days from now. We will be back in Westeros navigating a tournament hosted by King Robert Baratheon, the usurper foe of the young noble house that is entangled therein.
Indeed. And then you can check out Thomas here and there. He just did some work for us in the Blackout crossover between the Neo Anarchist podcast and Radio Free Detroit and Deniable Assets. So thank you for doing that. Check him out on that crossover Blackout podcast. Anything else that you want to plug, Thomas?
And especially, well, as for Radio Free Detroit, we got a show that's coming about psychology called Psychotrope. I'm not exactly sure on the timeline on that, so I don't want to say something I regret on the air, but I've been working on that with Ziggy the Troll. And we got something coming.
Fun! I look forward to that.
Yeah.
Danny, tell us what's going on with your nerdity. You got Shadowrun Missions stuff coming up, right?
Yeah, so with Origins, we got some updates on how everything went. We're gonna tweak some things for Gen Con, make sure that missions is running right, and then I'm gonna sit down with the folks up there and discuss how we're gonna proceed with the missions in the 6th edition of Shadowrun.
Yeet!
So that's exciting.
That's awesome. Cassie, you've got your Roll20 stuff going on. You're gonna keep rolling 20.
I don't know what I do around here anymore. I just make character sheets and stuff like that. I am going to try to get a 6th edition Shadowrun character sheet made by August. We'll see. Otherwise, I can produce a Mutant Year 01 next week. So.
Very good. And Sandy, do you got anything nerdy you're into?
No. No, not in particular. I mean, I do this every Monday with you guys, which is great. And I
This
am
is where it
going to Gen
starts.
Con. I'll be there. I cosplay, but like other than that, no, it's hobbies, nerdy hobbies.
Yeah,
And
holy
I
shit,
just
you
happen to
guys.
know awesome nerdy people.
If you guys have never seen Sandy's cosplays, they're frightfully legit. I love them.
Stop it.
Yeah, honestly. What did you do, Miss
was-
Smith last year?
Yeah, she was the first
Yeah.
person that I've
As
ever
Rusty's
seen.
character.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
So yeah, maybe maybe we'll get some pics of Sandy and whatever cosplay that she does next. Let's see, what do I got going on? Neo Anarchist podcast, check it out. Also, Justicars next Sunday. Not this Thursday, but the Thursday after. We're continuing our actual play of Shadowrun 6th edition, and that'll be enough for now. We got other stuff that we're working on, but I think we're done talking. Everybody, we love you. We'll see you back here in 2 entire weeks. Peace.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
This is the awkward part where I lose the way to turn off the stream, and I had to fudge a bit, and it's awkward because we just said bye, and
I'm not sure
You
if
still
we're
keep
off or
looking at my
Opti
face.
just muted himself, but that's pretty funny.
oh yeah, there you go. Well, I was talking about how awkward it is that I said goodbye, and then I can't find the button to turn the stream off. It's like saying goodbye to each other and then like walking in the same direction to
Yeah,
your
you
car.
are, like, which happens at cons all the time.
Right?
Like,
See you, buddy.
"Hey,
Love you,
guys.
buddy. Big hugs. And then you both walk to the
Thanks
door.
for having lunch, and then you're both like, oh.
All right. See you, everybody.
What? You cut